How's it going, everybody? We're live streaming NIGHTCAP for December 7th, 2020. Gonna get ourselves into all sorts of trouble tonight. Maybe get kicked off the internet for good. About goddamn time. Let me over here throw shit around like a maniac. Like a fucking maniac, dude. So yeah, we got some places we're gonna go. Not entirely sure. We're gonna do something though. This is called live practice. Now see, I have some tentative plans for this evening. Gonna get into some weird shit. Not gonna lie. Gonna be getting into some very weird shit at some point. I'm not gonna hit you with it over the head at first. You know, we'll wait. We're gonna let you settle in, enjoy the ambient punk music or whatever this is, this chill wave ambient sound. Check out Space Wave. Check out Space Wave on YouTube. Link in the description. If you like that ambience, if anybody that's listening, let me know if you can actually even hear that ambient sound or if I need to bump it up. If you could. I could probably bump it up, huh? I can hear it fine. It is very similar to Vangelis, the sad Blade Runner music. No lies detected, Sarah. No lies detective, because we're going to go on a dystopian journey for a little bit. Maybe all night. I don't know if you guys are aware or if you know of this thing called Cameo. Ryan Gosling is staring at sand right now. Oh, you're talking about fake Blade Runner. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were being serious. So, I don't know if you guys have heard of this thing called Cameo. Now, Cameo is this thing where actors and celebrities of all different shapes and sizes and forms and disciplines can come together on a website and they can charge you money to make like these little shout out videos for them. Now, there's some good ones out there. There's some classics, right? I remember hearing about this and thinking like how depressing it was. Like on a meta level, like how depressing fucking Cameo was. The idea that you would reach a point in your career that you're like you're clowning around on something like Cameo just to make ends meet. Sarah says, I wanted to hire Chris Hansen to randomly leave you a message. No occasion, just out of the blue. Listen. I want nothing to do with that guy. Okay? I'm not like that. It ain't for me. Chris Hansen. You know, and you try to think like, you know, I wonder what it feels like to be at this point. Do you just kind of embrace it? Do you just kind of... Is it something you find depressing? I mean, what's the difference between Cameo and like going on to the Comic Concert or the festival circuit, right? Like, is there really that much of a difference between the two things? Probably not. Right? That seems like very similar. But I don't know. It also just seems a little... It's just, I guess it's the modern version of that. Although, you know, going to a con and asking somebody to shout something into your phone, well, maybe that would be like a little too forward, a little too much. Would they do that for extra money? A little extra cabbage? You know, back before there was Cameo, you could do this. You could ask actors to do this. I know there was one in particular that used to do it, and it would be like $100, and he'd record you like a outgoing message or something for your answering machine, a ringtone. John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem. He used to do that. And that was way before Cameo. He's got to be on Cameo, right? He's got to be on here. John St. John. John Saint? Oh, no. Gotta spell it right. I didn't spell any of that right. John St. John. Of course he's on Cameo. Request 100 bones. A chat for $2. $2. You can send him a text message. So, I bet you he's pretty popular because this was his shtick before Cameo was even a thing. So maybe let's check out a John St. John one of these. I could probably just leave that ambient music on, honestly. We'll see. A little experiment here. So these are some of the examples that they have. Like, so if you're like, oh, I wonder what it would be like. What would the experience be like? Well, you get to test it out. Somebody should just find one of these videos that has the same name as you, fucking rip it, and then send it to you like they had done it. Could be quite the racket. I could be like the black market of Cameo stuff. What's your name? What's your name? Jerry? Hold on. I'll see what I can do, Jerry. Let's see here.
The name's Nukem. Duke Nukem. And I'm not here to kick ass or chew bubble gum.
Oh my goodness.
I'm here for something completely different. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. To the F-Exiles on Discord, happy holidays from Duke. I'm no singer, but Alex paid big bucks for this, so I had to. And by the way, a special hello to Bentley for being a funny dog who's everyone's friend. Even Ombre, despite the fact he can't hang with the king.
Alright, that's enough of that, but okay. So like John St. John, now he's going in and he's adding things. There's music cues. Okay now. Maybe we got something cooking with that. Maybe you wouldn't feel like so bad about plopping down 100 bones if that's the kind of quality you get. Because I've seen some of these, and it's just like people drunkenly talking on their phone. There's that dude from that 80s hair metal band. Could barely, honestly, he could barely get out a sentence, but if that had been done for me, it would have made it even better. So we got a roast here from John St. John. I wonder what that's like. Check out the roast. Oh, this is his shtick. He points this thing at this little Duke Nukem toy. Well, Vince Neil, that's the one.
The name's Nukem.
Is this the one I just
Duke
watched?
Nukem. And I'm not here to kick any ass or chew any bubble gum. I'm here on behalf of Brian, who wanted me to say a few words about Justin Caraney. You know, the guy who likes fucking Scott's mom. Here's to you, Justin, a man who claims to drink and know things. Well, know this, Justin. Your building smells like goose shit and toxic waste. Also, this morning I had eggs for breakfast, and your mom had sausage.
Classic Duke. Very on brand, John St. John. I actually saw John St. John talk at a panel. My brothers and I, we went to like what's called MagFest. And he was speaking at a panel. And we went there and it was a lot of fun. I will be honest, I gotta say. The guy can run a Q&A. Makes you laugh. A lot of jokes. A lot of cool jokes. Oh, what's his name? I gotta look up somebody here. Cousin. See, you hear that typing? That's hacking. I'm hacking. I wonder if Randy Quaid. Is Randy Quaid on Cameo? He is not! This seems like Randy Quaid was born for Cameo. That seems like a grave injustice. A grave injustice. Randy Quaid is not... Maybe he's not allowed on Cameo? Is this part of his tax evasion stuff? I don't know. So you go to the main page. It's all like there's people. Snoop Dogg, $1,000. Even Snoop Dogg. Like, at what point are you too big to like bother with this shit? Like, if Snoop Dogg's not too big for fucking Cameo, who is NBA players? Hey, I guess it's a nice side hustle. I guess. Sarah says Randy heeds no script. That's true. You could not get Randy on book these days. Prophet, what's going on? What the hell is going on here? We're watching Cameo videos right now. And then at some point, aren't you supposed to be asleep, buddy? I don't want to keep you up all night. Gonna be watching videos about Zoophilia. That's what I got lined up. That's what I stumbled into today. He is. I know Michael Rappaport is on Cameo. I do know he is, and that would be pretty great. Although I just don't, if Zoobox generated revenue, that would happen. I am not paying out of pocket for Michael Rappaport to do anything. What would be like a weird one? Lindsay Lohan. Those got to be kind of weird. $355. 300. Prophet says that, dude, I just got in from killing 10 hogs. I'm all jacked up. I can imagine. After the long day, hard work, like you try to unwind. Takes you fucking 2.5 hours. You gotta wake up. All right. I know it. Let's see here. So we got Lindsay Lohan. I imagine Lindsay Lohan, do you think it's gonna be weird? What accent do you think she's gonna have? Her real accent or her American accent, or this kind of weird British affectation that she has when she's trying to steal people's children on the streets of Hungary or wherever she was? Let's see.
Hi Teresa, it's Lindsay Lohan. I want to wish you a very lovely Christmas, very happy Christmas, and I want to send you lots of love and light. I hope that you are
She's back to her original voice.
People that you love and people that love you, and you have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, and Santa brings you everything you want. Lots of love. God bless you, and have a beautiful Christmas and Happy New Year.
She's a Muslim now, so she will probably have a British accent. Yeah, did she fully convert to Islam? It wasn't it because she married somebody? She married like this rich hotel guy. Don't worry, she'll be back, everyone. You can't keep Lindsay Lohan down, We're gonna have The Parent Trap 2. She's gonna come back, Disney Plus original. It's gonna happen. She's gonna bring her back into the fold. She was also in The Love Bug, other movies, Mean Girls 2, or Mean Girls 3. Isn't there already a Mean Girls 2? I don't know. So that was okay. Kind of shocked. I thought it would be weirder. These celebrities, they can't even fucking deliver on weirdness. Let's try this one. Oh, listen to that beautiful ambiance.
Hi Holly, Lindsay Lohan here. I just want to say happy birthday to you, and I commend you for being so strong. I really admire your strength for undergoing 3 brain surgeries in 5 weeks. God bless you. I look up to you as a woman, and I really hope that you have a beautiful birthday. Spend it with people that you love and love you, and your strength is just so empowering. So thank you so much for that, and happy birthday.
Get off the fucking Cameo. Okay, so listen, in all fairness, these extemporaneous kind of messages, because those are not scripted unless she's really a good actress, which I know she's not, and I have proof. Prophet says I know who killed me too. I've seen I Know Who Killed Me. I know what she's capable of. I've seen The Canyons. You ever see The Canyons? With that porn star? What's his name? Dirk Diggler? One of these male porn stars. Paul Schrader film. But I will give her a little bit of credit. She personalized it in a way that probably would make some Lindsay Lohan fan, feel special. I can't really be mad about that. It'd be kind of a grump of, that'd be very Grinchy of me, and it's the Christmas season. Come on, it's December. Maybe Big Paul rubbed off on me. Oh, Sarah knows. James Dean. Oh. Yeah, he's that guy that likes to slap girls really hard and fuck him in the ass. Know him well. I think. If it's who I'm thinking of. So if you go to the lowest one, I've never heard of any of these people. Maybe somebody out there in the real world has. Like, who the actor? Emmerdale. Dee Dee Sorvino. $1. She can be got for $1. I don't even know who she is. Maybe it would be worth it just for $1. Andy Peak, TV host, comedian. This guy's very specific. Ganeet Jolly, $4.75. $4.75. I'm sorry, not $475, but $4.75. I'm curious. I think we gotta go. Usually responds in 2 days. Okay, he's a Bollywood singer and songwriter. Ah, see, he's trying to go international. He's trying to cross over. Let's see what he's got. We got a birthday celebration. I just want to hear one of these personalized messages. I don't need no birthdays. No birthdays.
Hi Veronica, this singer-songwriter Queen Shorty. How are you? So Janine Ellis told me that...
Jesus, guy. See, alright, this guy has no respect for the process, okay? You know? I mean, what... Like, he's got like an air conditioner or something on. I can barely understand. I can barely hear him. See, Prophet says a sponsored shout out from their favorite washed up celeb is probably the only potential light your average American consumer has in their pathetic life. These people get excited over new plastic holiday decorations at CVS. No lies detected. I'm glad, you know, I like being a huge movie nerd. You know, I'm like into writers and all that stuff. I have never had like kind of celeb obsession. There's never been somebody I've been like, I am super intensely, like I would pay for a cameo. There's not one actor on the fucking planet that I would pay for a cameo from. Not one. Not a director, not anybody. That I would actually pay money out of my pocket. Maybe as a goof, ironically, like Michael Rappaport, like shouting out Zoobox or something. Maybe for that. But I feel like that's a business investment. But not because I actually like wanted, like I would get something out of it. I have the same problem with strip clubs. I've never been into strip clubs. I cannot ever suspend my disbelief enough during the exchange, the process, to ever buy into it or feel comfortable with what is going on. You know, because they're really, you know, like I guess a good stripper is like a good salesman. They really try to sell you on the experience, and I'm always like, no, dude, I just gave you $50. Like I know what you're doing. I'm a real fucking joy kill at the strip club. But if you buy me a lap dance, I will pretend. Ask my friends. Let's continue.
Gym and your acting classes very seriously. I think that's
like
amazing.
This is garbage,
because
guy.
You're going to feature in an Indian music video very soon. Well, I know that you're very beautiful, and Indian audience is just going to love you. I know that you got your first shoot on the 1st of December, and you're working very dedicatedly towards it. So just keep it up, you know. Just keep working hard, and that is
Like, turn off the fan, guy. The fuck are you doing? Are you a pro? This is why you're $4.75, because this is the kind of quality. I can't respect that. Get on Lindsay Lohan's game. Get a pure white background. I'll be on Cameo next week. It'll be about $3 to get a shout out from me. See with this one. Is it any better?
Hi Nicole. Paula and I want to
Still,
wish you a very, very happy
that
birthday.
goddamn fan.
Well,
I know it's
that
hot
you are
out there,
just
dude.
10, but you got a mind with a higher IQ than hundreds of intellectuals, you know. Well, I just appreciate you for being so focused in life.
Who? Because he's reading a script. Then did he write this script? Is he trying to butter this broad up? Because he just stumbled on a line and then his eyes readjusted. Do you think the person that ordered this video wrote the script? That's interesting. Prophet says this sounds like an episode of 1000 RPM where I'm talking over my shitty exhaust leak, broken transmission, open window for my cigarette smoke. Cameo, you type the messages they say. I know, but sometimes you can actually give them general guidelines. It's not always like a script. I think. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. And also, I would love more episodes of your podcast, 1000 RPM, because that's hot Zoobox content, my friend. You should make that. You could become like a contractor for Zoobox. I can't pay you, Dan. You know I can't, but I can just take all the video clips and clip together. You know, once you get enough of them, I'll put them together as one thing. No, you don't really have to do that. I'm just joking. If you want to, I will do it. But Gun Eat Jolly, pass. How does he have 5 stars? Is he? This is like a bot. Has he got bots going for him? Noreen was so happy to see this message. You are just mind-blowing. You're so nice at what you do, Gunit. Oh, God bless him. If he's a nice guy. I guess he's a nice guy, and he's got his fans. You know? Let's see here. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, it's the Deadliest Catch guy. See, movies. See, we got Kevin Sorbo, Michael Ian Black. Oh, the state. What do you think this smug fucker is gonna have to say? Oh, you know it's just gonna be so smug. Whatever it is. Or if he, you know what would be sadder if it's not smug Michael Ian Black? If it's sincere Michael Ian Black. Oh, this guy. He needs money. These Connecticut estates do not pay for themselves. Holiday, birthday. We'll go birthday. We'll go birthday for Michael Ian Black. I like, you know, a nice background. Hey, show the people where you live. Show them what they're fucking paying for. They're buying for you. I like that. It's a humble brag.
Hi, Mary Kate. This is Michael Ian Black, very famous, speaking to you today from the wilds of Connecticut. You can see the wilds.
Okay, so that's a really low quality volume video, Michael. I'm gonna have to shut off my chill wave ambient sounds.
Right behind me, right past my manicured lawn. Ah, you're turning 40. And Alex wanted to get together and do a whole thing, but you can't because of COVID. And let's face it, you're 40 now. You're old. You're in the extremely high risk category. I mean, once you reach 40, my goodness, you should just live in a bubble. Just live in a goddamn bubble. That's what I'm doing. You can't see it, but this entire area is encased in a plastic bubble like a snow globe. And every once in a while we push a button and it...
All right, that's enough. But I'm glad, okay, he went with classic smug Ian Black. Yeah, no, I'll host them on their thing, and all I'm going to do, I'll put the name of the podcast and then the number, and then the description will just be all question marks. Seriously, I keep the music off during the vids, by the way. Well, definitely for some of these people who don't know how to... Their shitty audio quality, right? Now I have to change my settings. I have the perfect ambience going on. And it's been destroyed by Michael Ian Black and his smugness. You know? Hey. I'm glad, though, that he went with, like, his personality. Like, he didn't try to do some bullshit. So people know what he's getting, and he knows what they want. I can respect that. It's a working man. Michael Ian Black, the working man. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where else can we go? Where do we go from here? I want Kevin Sorbo just to eat 10 Ben & Jerry's in a row in silence until he vomits. How much for that? Shit. I don't know. We could probably ask him. Whoa. Old man Kevin Sorbo. Electric sheet music is sort of distracting as opposed to lounge jazz. Well, geez. Okay. We can do that. We can go back to our normal stuff. I was just trying something new. Okay? You don't like the sweet ambience? I'm a detective. I'm a cleaner. Let's see here. I gotta find it now. So... It's like coffee house something or other. There it is. We'll go back to the old standby. Okay, let me know if the sound is too fucked up with that. Yeah, I guess that was probably... You could say that was probably mildly aggravating. I can hear it too, so it gets aggravating for me as well. So think of how I felt. Trying to talk, trying to conversate. Got goddamn music in my ear. It helps with the nerves. Let me see here. Kevin Sorbonis. Kevin Sorbo. So we're going to check out some Kevin Sorbo here. See what he says. See what his holiday message is. God help you if you don't have good sound, Kevin Sorbo. You fucking, I watched Cole the Conqueror the other day. You really fucking let me down. Don't let it happen again.
Hey, Deborah, how you doing? This
Pretty
is
low.
Kevin Sorbo here. How are you? I hope you're doing fantastic and amazing.
What
this
a
is
fucking...
by Alexandra.
What a
I understand
grift.
You're a big fan of Hercules. It was a big chapter in my life, 7 years of my life living in beautiful New Zealand. Alexandra says you discovered it when you were 10 years old, so I don't know what year you would have been 10. I shot the series from 1993.
Yeah, see... Oh my goodness, excuse me. See, that's not a script. This is extemporaneous. This is a personal message to this young man. Oh, you found when you're 10, then he goes wistfully, looks up in the corner. He's like, when was that? Trying to do numbers, trying to do math. You know? Trying something new is for degenerates. Embrace NIGHTCAP tradition. You're not wrong. I actually agree with you. I was a fool. I was wrong. Honestly, though, that music, even for me, was kind of... well, it's not music. It was like just ambient noise. It was kind of distracting.
Through 1999 for 7 years, I lived down in New Zealand. So,
You're a low talker, Kevin Sorbo. I thought you were supposed to be fucking Hercules. You know? Low talker. Low talker. Jeez. What do you get if you pay $1,000? What do you get? Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're gonna check out Snoop Dogg. Fucking Snoop Dogg here. Like, look at the framing here. These cost $1,000. So I'm hoping that he obviously he's pumping these things out. These are all almost the same shot. He's watching football. It's Sunday afternoon. Pep talk. Hashtag pep talk. Let's see how your sound is. I hope you have a better fucking phone than Kevin Sorbo, Snoop.
This is the big dog, and I'm looking for the Jaguars. Hey, man, I want to give y'all a shout-out for finishing up a difficult semester, having to deal with the pandemic restrictions on top of y'all coursework. Congratulations on making it this far. And my words of encouragement, stay strong, keep doing you, and remember, it ain't over till you get in. Have a strong year from Big Snoop Dogg, Jaguar Nation. Let's go.
I love the violent look away of complete disinterest. Oh, that costs $1,000. This guy can't even turn off the TV for 1,000 fucking bones. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess that's why he's the Snoop. Let's see what we got. We'll check out one more Snoop Dogg. One more Snoop-a-loop here.
Fisk. It's Big Snoop Dogg, man. I'm sorry I couldn't be at that big celebration, baby. But you can count on me for the next family party.
He's
I'll
fucking
see you
bummed.
soon. Big Snoop Dogg. Fisk! Baby.
Like, come on. You can't even turn off the TV, man. But I guess maybe he's trying to create like the real experience, what it's like to hang out with Snoop Dogg. Hanging out on the couch with Snoop. He's like, I beat that murder rap. You think I'm just gonna Think I'm just gonna, do what you want now? I'm king. King of the goddamn world. But yeah, so that's Snoop Dogg. So that's a high-end guy. See, let's see who else is like super expensive. I want to find somebody that's the most expensive person on here for what? Featured, creators, all categories. Like what would be... How do I find... Greetings from Santa. There's a puppet Santa Claus for $40? Hey, what's up, Maverick? It's just Gentle Man. I'm here alone. $1,000 Kevin Sporbo mukbangs. Whatever you want, I want until he vomits. Cheeseburgers, pastrami, anything. Oh, yeah. I'd like to see a Kevin Sorbo mukbang. I think one of these nights, for one of these, either NIGHTCAP or Zoobox Live, we're going to just watch nothing but the lowest viewed mukbang videos. Really get into the degeneracy of the sport. We're going to get really fucking wild tonight, though. We're going to get gross. I got a couple videos. We'll see where it goes from there, but you want to see degeneracy. Santa Gilbert Gottfried for $150. Jesus Christ. Greetings from Santa. New and noteworthy. Oh, Nick Lachey from 98 Degrees. Finally. He's finally on Cameo. Thank God. Cameos for charity. Actors. Jonathan Frakes. Oh, you know that big bitch is on here. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, I don't know. I guess, I like money. I like capitalism. Would I do cameos? Probably. I'd like to think that I wouldn't. I'd like to think that I am a man of some integrity. But I knew when push came to shove, probably not. Probably be on Cameo. I was going to start an OnlyFans page for Sad Guy 86 and only do videos of talking shit about my gross feet. Just have the camera pointed at my feet, talk about how dirty they were. I was like, I bet you there's people out there where that would be like a weird niche. And I don't really have to do anything too degenerate, but I can take advantage of their degeneracy. But then I was like, there's probably a billion people like that. Well, I do have gross feet, Sarah, so yeah. Political comment. Tommy Lauren. Charlemagne the God is considered a political commentator. Ken Bone. You remember Ken Bone? TV personality. Oh, yeah. What's Ken Bone got on offering? Oh, he's just cranking these things out. Old Ken Bone. See, this is a gift, a wedding, an announcement. What would he say to somebody on their wedding day? I liked her butthole. She should be proud of it.
Hey, Isaac, this is Ken Bone, and the lot lizards let me know that you just proposed to your girlfriend, Jenna. Well,
the lot
at least
lizards.
You won't be a virgin forever. Someday, after all this plague is over, you could introduce her to the night crew. Now that you have her officially tied up, you won't have to worry about her meeting them and deciding that by association you are no longer worth being with. Now you got a little bit of official clout around the finger to keep her tied up with. So congratulations. May the road rise to meet you both, and thank you for all your support. And you know what? Thanks for dressing as me for Halloween a couple years back. I appreciate that there are better looking versions of me out there towards which I can aspire.
Okay. Good old Ken Bone. Profit 90% whiskey, and I don't plan on sleeping much tonight. Not to be all, but let's roll. Hey man, we'll do it. We'll definitely be up for a couple hours. I don't know. Is it time to get into the really nasty shit? Is it time? Maybe a little more Ken Bone. You know what happened is I did not prep for Cameo. I just wrote the word Cameo in my notes before coming to Cameo. I was like, Cameo. Funny stuff on Cameo. Look at these pathetic people making money. Look at me, not making money. Wishing I was on Cameo. Game of Thrones? There's a category for Game of Thrones TikToks. The Tiger King? They have a whole subcategory here of Tiger King characters. Goodness gracious. But not the Tiger King himself. Let's see here. Jeff Lowe. Oh, this guy. Affliction. Let's see what he has to say. So we have a give thanks, a gift, a birthday celebration. Let's just see what he says. This unspecified video. Like he has a tiger there. That's nice. Real nice touch, Jeff. And lady.
Happy birthday!
Hey, Charlotte. This is Jeff and Lauren from the Tiger King Show on Netflix. Johnny wanted
Streaming
us to reach
now.
out and wish you a happy 29th
I was gonna
birthday
kill that
on
fucking
December the
dude.
6th. So I think we made it in time.
We did.
We
Yay.
were sitting at home just reading about Carol Baskin having a little accident at Big Cat Rescue. Serves her right, the way she talks about all the rest of us. We hope that woman heals
The
well.
pettiest fucking people.
But Carol was...
Okay, well, that's enough of that. I've given you enough exposure, Jeff. You know, I'll be honest, I actually really did not like Tiger King. It's like one of these, like, the whole point of the show is like, hey, dirtbags, check out these dirtbags. Spend 8 hours of your life hanging out with these dirtbags for a foregone conclusion. Whoa. You know, if they wanted to spice things up, they could have at least had somebody fuck an animal, you know? Could have fucked a tiger. Like, really get into the degeneracy with it. Speaking of which, so I have not watched this yet. But I was just like, I was clicking around. I'm like, what the hell can I talk about tonight? Like, what should I get into this evening? Sarah says, that's a stuffed animal. He just got in a ton of legal animal trouble once the zoo was seized. Well, I think you know too much, Sarah. You know too much. I do know about the Carol Baskin thing because somebody got their arm ripped off at one of her nature preserves or whatever. But we have an important message. I have an important public service announcement. Speaking of animals and the welfare of animals. I drink and I know things. I know, darling. The welfare of animals. Fucking animals. Apparently, we're in the midst of an epidemic of deviant behavior. I just learned about this today. I don't even remember how I found this video, but I did find it. And we're going to look at it. So this is called The Furry Fandom Has a Problem with Zoophilia. And this video sent me on a dark rabbit hole of finding other things to look at. It's just not something you think about. Well, I guess depending on where you live, maybe you don't think about it all that much. But there are people out there that are fucking animals. And it was not some huge surprise to me to find out that furries, these people that dress like anthropomorphic animals, would probably be into fucking animals. But apparently this person, this brave individual, has chosen to speak out. Sean, please find anything on Silent J and Furious possibly, and you will thank me. It leads to another dark hole. All right, well, maybe we'll do that after this video. Because I found one really disturbing video where people are like just kind of openly discussing what they do with some of their farm animals. It's not pleasant. Anyways, I don't know if we'll watch this whole thing. We're at least going to give it a go, though. And let's see what this is. If there are people out there that I don't really have very much sympathy for, it's definitely Furies. Jesus, I leave for 2 minutes and I come back to fucking FurryCon. Listen, buddy. It's gotta go. It's just smells like cat piss everywhere for these people. All right. Well, let's find out. This guy is speaking out. He's speaking out against zoophilia. He feels like it's infected the furry community. Or the furry community, rather. All right, let's go.
Hey guys, it's Bex. And the furry fandom has a serious fucking problem. Oh, I'm going to be talking about this serious problem that you won't see any big furry YouTubers or pop-you-fairs talking about, even though people should do. And that is the problem of zoophiles in the furry fandom. So, you're probably thinking, is this because of the whole Kira the Wolf incident back in September of last year? Well, kind of.
This person's talking about deep lore. Mentioning other things. Honestly, I don't know if I can barely understand this person. It's like going to the store and talking to somebody at the checkout in the year 2020.
But it's worse than that. Right, let me explain. The Kira the Wolf incident, everyone knows it annoyed me. It really frustrated me, because anyone who does bestiality, performs any form of abuse or harm on an animal, then I really hate you, because you're a sick, disgusting cunt. Okay? Annoying about this, people act like Kira was the worst. No, he wasn't. He was basically very timid. Well, you're probably thinking,
Maverick disavows. She's not British, putting on an accent. Think it's part of the kink there? You think it's part of the furry sona? The fursona? Is that what they call it? This person is, I guess I can't be one to put people down. I definitely am a rambler as well. I review movies, as most of you probably know, and they are very hit and miss. if I'm gonna actually have coherent thoughts to put out. So, I don't know.
but he fucked a dead deer.
You fucked a dead deer.
Fucked his dog to death. Not the worst. Woof. Woof. I don't know how you pronounce it, but he was the absolute worst. Well, one of the worst, in my opinion. He was disgusting what he did. I don't think Kira did anything as bad as he did. I will link
Prophet writes, this person's great-grandfather died in the mud at the Battle of the Somme under the assumption his progeny would carry on his devotion to duty and country. Probably wishes the Kaiser had won. Yeah, that would be definitely a weird thing. This is why, you seriously got to consider homeschooling your children. Fucking furries out there. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. Like, I don't even know how they get into this stuff. Is it anime? Do you think it starts with anime? I'm looking around this person's room. Let's look for clues. Okay, this is just basic internet list of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, I know what to look out for now. Dirty drawers over here, it looks like. A lot of Disney stuff. Which I guess, right? If you're going to get into anthropomorphic animals, Disney's definitely a gateway to that. You ever see, what's it called? Robin Hood? Lots of girls think Robin Hood's a cutie patootie. Trying to think. Maid Marian and Robin Hood, was I like, whoa. Hey now. No, not really. Never once crossed my mind. I don't know. I can barely understand this person. So this is like too inside baseball. But we'll check out. We'll skip around.
a video in that iCard thing if I can figure out how to do it. Right, there's no laws against Zoophilia, which is being sexually attracted to animals. But once you perform bestiality, which is having sex with an animal, we got a problem.
It's very Catholic. It's very Catholic. No, it's cool. You can be gay. Just don't fuck other dudes. Or women. Or whatever. I'm just saying. Very Catholic.
I'm going to hate you. What if you're interested about and you haven't done anything? Basically what I'm saying is, if they're trying to, quote unquote, fix themselves, or if they are trying not to, if they haven't done anything to you, and if they don't want to because they don't like the way I am going to respect you for that. For forcing yourself not to do something.
Listen, you know, this person's trying to do good. They're trying to do good relative to their proclivities and their understanding of things. This looks like, it seems to be like a very young person, but god damn it. God damn it. Like, I don't know, if my son were to come home dressed like a furry, that might be like one step too far. Might be one step too far. Sarah says, this is totally a preteen male, by the way. I don't think so. I think those are, I don't want to, say I'm checking out a kid, but I believe it looks like they have breasts. Which, I don't know. With all the hormones they put in milk. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
And trying to stop being sexually attracted to animals. I respect you for that.
I respect you for trying not to fuck animals. Vex Goldheart, 159 subs. They have the free version of Power Director. I have the not free version. So we're in kinship, Vex. We're in kinship.
But the moment you perform an act for animal, or you're watching videos of animals being raped by people, then I think you're absolutely a sick, disgusting person. The amount of zoophiles in this fandom is insane. Now this was from a survey done in 2016, and I'm just going to round the number up because it's like 18.7 or something.
Well, you know what? They're making this video, this PSA. They couldn't even get fully in the full gear. They couldn't get fully dressed up. Maybe they don't have it. From what I understand, no, it's hanging in the back. The rest of it's skin. Oh my goodness. Maverick says, I've given up trying to work out what gender people are. Too much work. Exactly. You know what I say? I say, what's going on, soup? I call people soup now. Society has left me no other choice.
To 20%, right? We're going out to 20%. And that is 20% is there are 20% of people who identify as a zoophile in the fandom.
20% of furries identify as zoophiles. 20%. I don't know where they're getting this data from. Did she go out and take a poll?
20%. That's a lot if you think about it. It's disgusting.
It's more than none.
And nobody's doing anything, nobody's talking about this problem. So I did some research and I looked for how many furries there is in fandom. 1.8 to 2.8 million. So what I did is I pressed 2.5 million, found 20% of that, and that gave me this score. If I remember correctly, it should be 5,600. So 500,000, 5,600,000. Anyway, it's a lot. Also, I wanted that to around 20%.
Prophet says closing the asylums was a mistake. I don't give a fuck about that Jack Nicholson bullshit. Hey, listen, some people got to be put away. I mean, we close? I mean, I guess we closed traditional asylums. The Shutter Island style, but this is yeah. But you know what? When I didn't watch this video, but when I found the video, I kind of scrolled down through the comments. A lot of defensive furries. I keep saying furies, but they're furries. Just so you know. Let's see here. The fuck are you on about? Already. Aggressive. Well, I mean, you seem like a nice guy. Won't hate. Have a chill rest of your day. Thank you, my dude. I usually don't like furries because there's so much hate on them that I kind of feel forced to, but maybe they're not as bad as I thought. Acid Visuals has been turned from this outcry. People who think zoophile equals furry, or vice versa, are dumber than actual zoophiles. Ooh, five likes on that comment. Yeah, because it's not to see. They are two different things. Furries aren't zoophile, but they are indirectly make some people discovering zoophiles fetish because of all the... Jesus Christ. These gotta be kids, which is much more disturbing. Sarah says, watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest before it goes to the movies. Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen at some point. It's one of my favorites. I love this comment. I honestly have no problem with furries whatsoever unless they cause problems in my life. Baba Stick wins. More people need to be like you. Hey, there you go. Look, the furry community is nasty. I hated. I will burn your stupid furry thing, and violence is going to solve my problem, you fuckface. Jesus. Learn proper English, laugh out loud. Yeah, you need to learn English, because boy, did I have a hard time reading that. Sodomy. Imagine using the Bible to justify dog fucking. What? What? Oh my god. I'm gonna have to, do a little bit more work and really find some fucking stuff. Yeah, furry cons are weird. See if we can find some footage of a furry con before we move on to the darker stuff. Kibba Wolf. This is from 3 years ago. Oh my god, this is like kind of disturbing looking, honestly. Hopefully, this will be the thing that gets me fucking kicked off of fucking YouTube. Like, you're stealing the content from the furry community. Don't just put this content up for people to watch it, comment on it. This is Kiba's Anthrocon 2017 footage. Prophet says, I got the furry thing all wrong and just grew my dick hair out for a year. Yeah, that's right. Like a wolf. You really do make the most of the interwebs, mate. Oh, I appreciate that. I am but an amateur. I'll get there. It's just finding the time to do everything. All right, let's see what Kiba does. Whoa. Probably gonna get popped because of this fucking music. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mute that. We're gonna put on some fucking smooth jazz. Some coffee house jazz, brother. Okay, humane animal rescue. Oh, they're animal lovers. I kind of like it with this music, actually. Sarah says the Brony documentary feeds into this as well. Yes, I do. I remember when we watched that. If you guys don't know, the people at home or the people that watch this later, like I'm just like really, really into learning the most I can about the weirdest, most fringe subcultures. It's why I know a lot about conspiracy culture. It's why I know a lot about things like zoophiles, flat earthers, concave earthers, various conspiracies involving Israel and the Mossad, the Bilderberg Group, One World Governance, No More News, Ryan Dawson. Look at this. Look at these people are degenerates. Like, what is going on here? That's a dinosaur. Oh, he's mischievous. You know, though, every once in a while you see one of these costumes, you're like, damn, that's like film quality. Like, that could be in a movie. They're brony raves. There's one dude with a cell phone. I went deep down the brony nice guy gentleman neckbeard hole a couple years ago. You can almost smell these people through the screen. Yes. And I think that's probably true of most con goers. There is a con stink, man. And it is not... I've only been to one. Or maybe two. I've been to like 2 cons. And yes, those people... just not... The hygiene is not great. Maverick, Sean, do you know the YouTuber Devin Tracy, Atheism is Unstoppable? He went to a furry convention and filmed it, and the invites he got probably banned now. Yes, actually, I know who Devin Tracy is. He's now on Gavin McInnes's proprietary website because he got kicked off of YouTube. But yeah, I know who Devin Tracy is. Oh. Look at this. Look at this cute little disgusting dog person. Anthro Northwest. Well, I don't want to see a super long one. Furries at Comic-Con. See, they invade everywhere. They just go to any place where they're like, hey, people are dressing up. Let's normalize this. Don't let it happen, folks. Prophet says, the smell of the underside of a cosplay girl's titty. Oops, sorry for causing 1,000 incel boners. Ooh. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Con girls. New England. There's one in New England? Kiba's at it again. This Kiba Wolf guy. He must be pretty big in this community, even though he's only got 32.9 thousand subs. He's almost at Bazoo Box numbers. It's just, some people are so happy just to even be in their presence. Where was that guy? Hold on. Oh, we're gonna have to go back. I'm gonna find this dude. Where is he at? This guy. This Asian man. Look at this. Look how fucking excited he is to be there. He's just like, guys, this is it. Really, at the end of the day, when you really think about it, it's like, this is it for me. He killed himself 2 years later. Look how fucking stoked he is. And that's the real smile. That's like a uncomfortable, I'm so happy, but I don't want to express it fully kind of smile. Like there is something dark inside of him that he's waiting to be unlocked. He's waiting for later. When they go to these hotel parties. If you've ever been to a con, wow, hotel parties are a thing. Look at that. Look at this interaction. This is there are furries. And then there's dudes like this. Furry fans? Look at him. Look at him. He's like a pig in shit, dude. He's fucking loving it, dude. He's loving it. Maverick says, has there been a furry horror movie yet? I don't think so. There might be. The Prophet says, it's stuff like this that makes me think that certain sides should not have lost certain wars, leaving it right like that. I don't know. There's plenty of people that have crossed those things over. I've seen some furry stuff where they cross those things over. A lot of art. You get into 4chan, you start going to see what those boys are up to. A lot of personas with flying old flags with giant cocks fucking each other in the ass. Look at this. They're about to yiff. Is that yiffing? Is that what they call it? They fucking grind on each other in their costumes and they simulate having sex. Think of all the dried cum inside of these things. I hope they're wearing underwear. I've never been this kind of fan. I've never understood this kind of I don't know, desire. Prophet says you're right, Sean. There is nowhere to run from this debauchery. No, it's infecting the youth. It's everywhere. Fucking afraid for my kid. This is what he walks into a culture where this is like slowly over on a long enough timeline. This is completely fucking normal. This is completely fucking normal. Like, I know I was kind of joking, but the idea that they're going to regular cons in fursonas is just to normalize it. Look at this dude. Oh, look how excited he is. Oh, he's like, Papa likes. Let me show you. Oh, let me show you a card trick. Oh, come to Papa. Oh, the magic. Watching this with this music, though, it makes me feel like it's like David Lynch. David Lynch nightmare. So Maverick says, dude, Germany has the most insane alt scene. Those Jerrys have crazy trans scenes, gay scenes, drugs. They make the Yanks look tame. Oh, yeah. I mean, most of Europe is way, 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 way beyond like what goes on here. And look at them all, Maverick. They're all about to fall. Imagine your kid's elementary school teacher standing up in front of the class in their fursona. You disagree, you're a fucking Nazi. Swallowed or get doxxed and fired by the walking potato in HR. You know? Listen, we don't stand for that kind of bigotry. These fursonas. Jesus Christ. That's like the idea that people are like, oh no, listen, they would not want a fucking animal. They would not want to do that. Come on. Of course they would. They're attracted to like animated anthropomorphic animals. Fucking little teenage boys watching reruns of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Jerking off to Gidget or Gadget or whatever the fuck her name was. That's the future. That's how they get us. We'll be fucking eating bugs, jerking off to furry porn, and marrying sex robots. That's the future, everybody. That's where we're headed. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Alright, well, I guess... So we went down that rabbit hole, but I have something really... Oh man, I am almost of the mind of like I don't really want to watch this. But we must trudge on. So now, you know, we've built kind of a theme. A theme has developed. And I feel like we got to see it through. At least for a little while. So we got to stop here and check this out. This will make you uncomfortable. Made me fucking uncomfortable, I can tell you that much. And this is a clip from a larger documentary, and I know, and it's got an Ebum's World. Remember Ebum's World? It's got an Ebum's World watermark on it. So hopefully the good people at Ebum's World don't come after me. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. So this is called Horse Humper. Bestiality documentary. Now, I think this is a clip from a longer documentary about at least one of these people. Like a BBC documentary. Years and years and years ago. I can't even remember why. It was like when my wife and I first got together. Like, we just got, like, day drunk and watched, like, for 6 hours, like, all of these documentaries that were on YouTube. And this was years ago, so there was way more stuff on there. Of like people that were like marry their animals or fucking have sex with their animals. And the way I actually even found out this existed at all was like I was in my early 20s. My buddy and I are at Blockbuster when Blockbuster was the thing, and we were just like looking for documentaries. Just some documentary to watch, just interesting documentaries. And we just randomly ran across this movie called Zoo. And what it's about is these dudes that found each other online, these like basically animal fuckers that would go and meet at this like ranch in upstate New York. And it was kind of about them and about their perversion, how they get caught and all that stuff. And it's like, and how one of them dies because the horse fucks him so hard it kills him and rips his guts out. Spoiler alert. So yeah, these people they risk it all for love. They risk it all for love, these guys. These guys and gals. Alright, let's check this out. This is a mistake, but we're gonna do it.
They did eventually meet Ken, who shares her sexual preference.
Oh, we need to grab a couple handfuls of that smaller stuff.
Okay.
There. I'll get some of this.
Oh, look, he's helping. He's a gentleman.
I was technically a virgin until I was 29 years old. I was a zoophile up until then, and I just basically didn't have much interest in other members of my own species as far as a life bond or anything. But when I met Ellie here, I just...
Now, in all seriousness, now you got to imagine, like, these guys and gals, they got to be on the spectrum somewhere, right? I mean, that's... Because it's obviously an aberration. Like, this is not, like, some sort of natural occurrence. If there's a chemical imbalance, I would actually be curious to find out if these people were ever... If there's some sort of abuse in their lives or some sort of... Something that kind of messed with their chemistry while they were developing. You know, there's got to be something like that. I mean, I can't imagine that some people are just natural. Well, fuck, I don't know. Are some people just naturally born wanting to fuck animals? I don't know. Before we start, locally in town last year, there was a couple arrested because the girlfriend was a horse trainer and hand for hire. They got caught posting videos and injuring 3 show horses in the act. Maverick says they were abused by a furry at a convention. See, listen, this is why you got to keep furries out of normal conventions. The furries want to go and have their freedom of speech and go fuck each other in the Hilton off to themselves. That's fine. But don't let them come to Dragon Con is what I'm saying.
We clicked. It was the one person that I felt within a week probably after I met her. We were meant to be together.
Come sit over here.
Ken and Ellie met through a zoo friend on the internet. After a few weeks, they arranged their first date.
Well, the first night that he came up to visit me, I took him down to the barn to introduce him to some of my horses and some of the other horses that I enjoyed at the barn. And I took him in and introduced him to my miniature stallion. And kind of, I don't know if it was subconscious, I was very nervous and kind of wanted to do the shock factor, as it were. My miniature stallion was dropped and masturbating. When his penis is dropped and he slaps it on his belly, they call that masturbation for stallions.
Who calls that masturbation for stallions, okay? That seems like a rationalization, because I'm not saying animals can't do anything like that for pleasure, but you're like a furry lady. You're anthropomorphizing this experience. You're like projecting how you think about things onto this animal. Let's see here. Sarah says he was investigated because he had a black eyes and went to the hospital because originally burglars were blamed. Hand for hire, as in someone who helped around. Masturbation for Stallions is a solid bad name. Actually, yes, Prophet. Masturbation for Stallions is a killer fucking band name. You have to play like, it would be even better if you're kind of like a slightly harder Meatloaf. Like that style, but just slightly harder. Like if everything sounded a little bit more like the beginning of I Would Do Anything for Love, that'd be awesome.
And so one thing led to another and I couldn't resist, so I bent down and started sucking on him. And then he tried climbing on top of me, so the next thing I know, my pants are down and I'm bending over for him and I'm like, excuse me, I can't resist.
Oh my god, it's like a character from a fucking sketch. That's like Steve Brule. That's like a Will Ferrell moment. That's like how Will Ferrell reacts when his character has said something that he thinks is funny.
And I guess part of me said, okay, either he's for real and he won't mind this, or he's not for real and he's going to be totally freaked out by it and run. Obviously, he didn't run.
No, actually.
Look at these fucking, look at these chuckling psychopaths. Look, oh my God. Oh, that knowing laughter, like, yeah, I guess we're just two peas in a pod. Damn, Prophet says, excuse me, I can't resist. Imagine saying that to a judge. Actually, I don't know if I bookmarked it, but I should try to find it. There are like some people that actually do say that.
I was very tempted at the point to have sloppy seconds. It turned me on. It was so
Oh my
erotic.
God, look, it's Kato Kalin, everybody. Holy shit. Oh God, this is so hard to watch.
To watch this and just the whole thing, and it didn't shock me at all. In fact, I was like, this is pretty cool. I think I found somebody here that might be on my plane here, and
oh wow, that's pretty cool.
it went from there, and here we are, married.
Josh Gad, yes sir, I agree. They're fucking married. They're married. Hey, I found a fellow animal abuser.
Yeah. Well, I have vaginal sex with my miniature stallion. He's not a whole lot larger than most humans. He is a bit bigger, but not uncomfortably so.
So do you think these people actually have sex? Like, do they do anything together? Or is this a completely like a cuck situation? Like, he only gets to watch her get fucked by the miniature stallion. And he has to, like, kind of quietly cry and jerk off. Or maybe, tears of joy, of course. But nonetheless, Jesus.
I like to suck on him orally. And he especially enjoys that.
Well, who doesn't?
Sex
Who doesn't?
With the miniature stallion, he penetrates me, and it's pleasurable, but it's not real intense. It's like I said, the pleasure that I get from it is more from knowing how much he enjoys having sex with me. He tends to tell me about it. He talks a lot. He grunts and wickers and blows in my ear, etc. And that is very erotic to me, more so than the physical sex.
When he's courting me, as it were, trying to entice me to bend down or kneel down.
Yeah, because these people like deny this idea of like learned behavior. An animal is not smart enough to be making these kind of real time decisions of attraction, whatever. It's like, oh, here's the lady that fucking sucks my dick. Like, granted, lots of dudes like that. But yeah, that's not like consent in the same way that an adult consents, or like a human being consents. That's like abusing a child and being like for 10 years and being like, look, they fucking like it. They want it. Ugh.
He does a lot of, I call it a hubba hubba. He just kind of goes, and makes this little hubba hubba noise to me. And then once he's in, I mean, for every stroke that he does, he makes this big grunting noise. And then when he orgasms, he makes an even bigger grunting noise.
And he tends to like to hold on with his teeth, and I actually have some scars on my back from where he's bitten onto me, just hanging on. They do the same thing with mares when they have sex, and only mares have fur to hang on to. He tends to get a big chunk of skin with me, and that can be quite painful, but usually I don't even notice until after the fact because I'm so caught up in the moment. And then I get up to the house.
Because he's fucking my ass so hard. I'm in such excruciating pain. I don't even notice the back pain when he bites me in the back with his teeth to hold on. I don't even fucking notice. Oh boy. That is something. That's precious.
And Ellie says, oh, I see you've been down fooling around. You've got a big bite mark on your back again.
She laughs. This is just something they share, like, oh, there he goes again. Getting butt fucked by the old Miniature stallion. Sex with animals. The blurred lines of bestiality. The blurred lines. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And this shit, like, that was a kind of an older video. But this shit happens to this day. So this is outside of Houston. And the thing that I thought was funny about this video was that this is not like a poor person, which I'll bring it up here so you can all see it too.
Disturbing case leading to the arrest of this man in Rice Village. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Sion Rhodes in for Lauren Freeman. This is exclusive video
That woman's very wide.
involving a case of animal cruelty.
Hold on. This woman right here. I mean, I'm not trying to be in a dick or anything. She's just very, like, wide. Widescreen.
I want to warn you, the details of this story can be sensitive for some viewers. We first reported this arrest on our KPRC app using a mobile alert. Channel 2 investigator Mario Diaz was there when the
If you want the hot takes, make sure you're
investigators know. Mario?
hooked into that
Sion, this man was arrested behind me early this morning. Our cameras were there as he was walked out in handcuffs. Investigators say he has committed some horrible, horrible acts. He is now facing 3 counts of bestiality. The victims in this case, man's best friend.
Juan Pablo, why are you in handcuffs?
He couldn't help himself. He's like, gotta make the quip. Gotta go with the quip. The victim in question, man's best friend.
Do you have anything to say this morning, Juan Pablo? It's a heck of a wake-up call.
A rough Valentine's Day morning for Juan Pablo Shen, the 31-year-old arrested by HPD's Major Offenders Livestock and Animal Cruelty Unit. The charge, a disturbing one, bestiality.
Juan Pablo, did you do anything to the animals?
Excuse me.
Did you act inappropriately with animals?
Shen taken into custody at a home along Southgate Boulevard near Rice Village shortly after 8 a.m. It was one of 2 homes searched by officers in the neighborhood.
It's a very demented crime.
Sergeant Jason Aldretti is the supervisor in charge of the HPD's division that arrested Shen.
He approached an undercover officer and offered his animals, his dogs, up for sexual relations with a undercover officer. And
whoa, what kind of sting was that like? That's another thing I think, like with a lot of these people that get caught doing this stuff, when the police go raid their houses and stuff, they find like tons and tons of like pictures and videos and like terabytes worth of shit. I remember watching that documentary I was talking about earlier, Zoo. They have like thousands of hours of like animal abuse videos.
Himself.
Channel 2 Investigates has learned the meeting took place between the officer and Shen near Rice Village. Shen then sent photos of one dog believed to be a German Shepherd.
Our undercover officer received pictures that were texted to her.
Shen is facing 3 counts of bestiality. 3 dogs were taken to bark as part of the investigation. Sergeant Andrade says Shen is not cooperating with investigators.
It's an ultra underground scene, so we don't know how deep this goes. We believe there's
goes all the way to the president.
A large group of people in the Houston area, in the state, in the country that involved in bestiality.
Now, the family did send us a statement in the last hour, and it reads as follows. Juan Pablo is a loving brother and son. We believe the facts will show that there has been a big mistake and that the allegations against him are completely false.
I don't know. He was sending people photos of dogs. You know? We don't know how deep this goes, Prophet says. The horse does. Exactly. About 7 inches. Yeah. Let's see here. Animal lovers. Interview with a zoophile. See, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we give those mostly who trespass against us. Yeah. You might be able to hear me out. Christian Slater plays the cop. Interview with a zoophile. That's a little long. A brothel for zoophiles opens in Denmark. Well, that sounds like something we could watch. Oh, fancy graphics. I like good stuff.
A brothel for zoophiles to open in Denmark? This is the wild rumor that started circulating on websites across Eastern Europe last fall. The news is entirely fake, of course. It was actually picked up from a French parody website.
Look at this guy. This is propaganda. He's trying to hide the truth. How deep does this go? How deep does this go? That guy who's arrested in Houston, no, doesn't look like a poor guy. It looks like they arrested him out of a nice house in a nice neighborhood. Okay? Who knows how deep his connections are? Maybe he knows Joe Rogan. Maybe he's like a new Texas citizen. Who knows where it goes?
Secretnews.fr, which clearly proclaims its lack of seriousness. But despite the disclaimer, the hoax is taken up by news sites and discussion groups in Russia, Georgia, and Belarus. So, how did this fake news come about? Well, as often, it is based on a debate that did take place, but which ended in the opposite direction. Zoophilia was indeed addressed when Denmark formally decided to prohibit this practice.
Where are they recording this? It wasn't his house. He was the stable lad, Sean. Ah, see? Could be true. The Netherlands just dressed and speaks sharply and cleanly. Yeah. But where is he doing this? He's like at a fucking convention center. They're like, hey, listen, can we just shoot this real quick? Yeah, I know. We're going to the convention. We're having a good time, but we still got to work, guy.
Back in 2015, concluding that it is related to animal abuse. But the Russian language media are not the only ones to be attracted by these kinds of headlines. In October, it was the British tabloid, the Daily Mirror, which ran a story about a brothel for zoophiles opening up in Serbia this time. Like the Eastern European websites, the news story is not backed.
Listen, I believe it. I believe the stories. I think this guy is an agent. This guy's a liar. This guy's he's covering something up. How deep does it go? We may never know. Where? Like, I just want like a good interview. I found one. See, the clip that we watch is from a 40 or 50-minute documentary called Animal Passions. So, I mean, we could go skip around in that and see what else we find, because that was fucking crazy. This is too long. This is just some black dude chilling in a bed. Bestiality and zoophilia. Unspoken consequences. Astral boo baby. Okay. Meet the YouTuber that has sex with her dogs. 2 women discuss having sex with dogs. Okay. I actually know this clip because I remember it from back from a long time ago. I think this might be from that Animal Passions documentary, actually. So we're maybe just Violent J at the Furry Convention. I will do that next. Hopefully it's not copyrighted up the ass. That's always the thing with YouTube. That sucks. Like, it just auto-detects shit. And it really fucks up my shit. Really fucks up my day. Okay, so 2 women discuss having sex with a dog.
Everybody else asks. I haven't heard. What was your first experience?
Definitely from that documentary. Same lady.
Well, actually, it was kind of interesting. I was house sitting for somebody, watching their dog and their birds and their fish and stuff.
Oh, great.
I was maybe 10, 11 years old. I don't quite remember. So I went skinny dipping, and one day I bent over to test the water. You know how you do.
This lady's always bending over and being like, I don't know what happened.
Just bend over
Yes,
and put your hand
it's
in the
nice
water.
to know how cold it is.
Yes, and, well, their dog kind of snuck up behind me and stuck his nose between my legs. Needless to say, I was a little bit surprised, but I was like,
Invitation to fuck this dog.
that feels good. But then he decided he wanted a little more, so he jumped on. And at that point, I learned what it was to lose your virginity. It scared me half to death. But then it kind of started feeling good, and I'm like,
Yeah.
But then again, the other scare that I had was, oh my God, I'm going to have puppies.
I think I
Okay, see, this is, yeah. Come on.
was like 22 the first time that I had, allowed a dog to have sexual intercourse.
Yes, Maverick, it is. This is part of, there's a larger documentary. I think it's 50 minutes long. It's called Animal Passions. And we found 2 clips. Because a lot of the stuff, there used to be, I think there was just other documentaries. There's one about a dude who marries his horse or his Shetland pony or something. That was the one. If I can find a clip of that, we will have to watch that because that shit is the funniest shit. I still remember, I saw it one time 10 years ago, and I still remember it, and it makes me laugh to this day.
So it kind of just grew from there.
Oh, yeah?
But, I had dog companions in between. I've always loved the feel of fur my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog was always there as a good friend, soaking up tears, whatever
Is that Janis Joplin?
I was going through.
Is that trans John Lennon?
And I don't know, I guess it was just one night. We were snuggling in bed, and I was petting him, and he just got very curious. And, there was more of an oral thing. And, I became kind of curious about him. So, to begin with, it was more of just curiosity.
So you lost your virginity to a human first?
To a human. I was like, 15 or 16. 16.
I was 21 when I lost my virginity to a human.
It was before I was 16 because, I guess I was more curious sexually and more interested.
My problem was is most of my boyfriends weren't interested in it, and I never could figure out why.
Ellie did eventually meet Ken, who shares her sexual preference.
Oh, we need to grab a couple handfuls of that.
See, now this is that clip we just watched. I'm questioning whether or not we just fucking go and we watch the whole thing. If YouTube would let me, I think YouTube might let me get away with it. Because that seems like where the pay dirt is. I don't know. So, but there were some suggestions. Curiosity fucked the cat. Certainly did. I don't believe any of this. He just got very curious as she smeared dog food on her snatch. I don't know what happened. This lady's always bending over and just be like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened. So Violent J at the Furry Con. Furry costume. Psychopathic Records. Maybe we I hope we get it. Juggalos and Furries Less. Oh wait, isn't the Juggalo guy like his son? Isn't he a furry? It's for his daughter. Oh, great. I see some things 2 years ago. Juggalo Furries. Count Dankula, hey, shout out. You check out Count Dankula's channel. Funny dude. Snake Busters, episode 1. Okay. Okay. We'll do that. Chirp, chirp.
Hi, I'm Ruby, and I'm a furry juggalo.
I'm Dad. I'm a juggalo furry.
And we're the Snake Busters.
I used to stick up for the Juggalos. And now I look like a fucking fool.
What are you looking at, my fresh mask? You clearly like it. I can hear your brain talking to itself about how cool my mask is. Because this mask was made with quality. This mask was well worth the little money my dad has. My dad likes to front that he's rich, but my mom says he's been broke since the 90s. I wasn't even alive when my dad was rich. But I think this mask was very much worth the little money my broke dad has. Mom says if my dad could rap better, he wouldn't be so broke.
All right, Rube, all right. They get it. Dad's tapped, all right? They understand that. But what we need to be talking about is that fresh mask. Because like you said, Rube, that mask was made with quality. You want to see a mask that was made with no quality?
Look at this crap. I can't believe I even wore that.
Tell them, Rube, educate these fools.
I recently...
That's true. Sarah says our wedding bartender was a juggalo. Yeah, we had our wedding on Halloween. And for whatever reason, actually, Big Paul and I had just been into juggalos, into learning about juggalos that year. So we were well up versed on juggalo culture for some reason, and our bartender was like dressed like a juggalo. And you just assumed like, oh shit, that's his Halloween costume. Everybody at our wedding was dressed up for Halloween. So Paul would go he would be like, whoop whoop, that's the juggalo call. And the guy would whoop back and then get into a conversation about how he actually was a juggalo, and he was just there. He was just there showing his colors. He was just there doing the right thing. Heads up, we've detected a copyrighted audio and video in your stream. Well, I guess we cannot watch any more Snake Busters. Bummer. See, I knew it. These juggalos, they're litigious. Well, hopefully it goes away. Jeez, don't warn me. Well, at least you warned me, I suppose, and not just rip me off. You know, you can watch all the BBC fucking animal fucker documentaries you want, but as soon as you start taking content away from the juggalos, from Psychopathic Records, you have crossed the line. There's fucking stupid. How dare you? How dare you, juggalos? See here, Zoophile interviews. I saw there was another one that's probably going to get us fucking ganked. Because it's from like a real channel. Okay, interview the zoophile. In this video, I interview a no-good zoophile and confront them with facts of consent. Interesting. Animal lovers, interview the zoophile. We'll try. We'll give this one a shot. We might have to turn it off because it's probably copyrighted. So hopefully YouTube will warn me, or maybe we'll just stop it more than we were the other thing.
I made my first experiences with when I was 13 or 14 years old. I made my first experiences with the family dog. It was the dog of my parents normally, but I was the person in our family who makes the daily walk with him, who feed him, and he slept in my room. I wasn't sure if it's right what I have done or what there.
He wasn't sure. He was lost in a haze of having his asshole licked by his dog. Yeah, Maverick, that's a good tip. It is a good tip. Yeah, you can do things to kind of get around that.
It happened, so I tried to get also human partners. I got girlfriends, I tried out boyfriends, but I had seen that I'm not happy with them. I tried to be normal.
With the dog.
What usually said it's normal. Maybe 1994, 95, when I get the first internet connection, and I've realized that I'm not alone.
Yeah, this is kind of the thing, like, you know, for all the good things the internet has done to connect people, it also connects these kinds of people. They find out they're not alone, and they actually encourage each other's behavior. That was actually the documentary I mentioned earlier, Zoo, which is a fascinating kind of character study documentary about the mindset of these people, but it's also how they actually connect and meet. It's all, you know, on message boards and whatnot. Then they just like encourage each other's behavior. So you could have somebody that like does something like this dude. He's like, I don't know if what I'm doing is right, whatever. And then he finds out, he's like, oh, other people do it. It's fine.
And maybe this time was a decision for me to change my whole life.
Animal lovers. Yeah. Yeah. Sarah says, this reminds me of the guy who married his car. Yeah, I wish I could show that, but that definitely would get me booted because of TLC. Okay, we're going to start talking. Is this the victim? Do we fade into victim?
I start with my name again?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just say, hi, my name is,
okay.
and you can...
Listen, you just still can't trust the Germans. You still can't trust the Germans. I mean, come on.
Say, this is JJ.
Okay. Hi, I'm Oliver Bodinsky. I'm living here. That's my small home. That's Joey, my partner. He is a Siberian Husky. My best boy.
Which side of the bed does Joey like to sleep on?
Mostly he sleeps at the left side. He sleeps there. You see, it's a little bit more hairier than my half of the.
He's like, yeah, that's, you can see from there. That's where I shoot my cum. My cum is over there. PR lady who married the train station. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was a lady who married the train. People marry trees, inanimate objects. It's been a thing. Maverick says he. Yeah, like he said, he goes both ways. I try girls, I try boys. Also, you have to speak about autism spectrum and support. Honestly, well, this is definitely you are on the spectrum somewhere, and these people do need help. Not necessarily confiding in others that do what they're doing that encourages them to act on these behaviors that are clearly deviant behaviors. And I don't even say that to be judgmental. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason why it's not natural. Why there's not many people that do it. You're not enlightened because you want to fuck an animal. But I digress.
What's Joey's favorite TV show?
His favorite TV show, I suppose it's The Big Bang Theory. Maybe
oh
also...
my god, and he's a hack. And that's the worst thing that's been said so far. What is his favorite show? The Big Bang Theory. Holy shit. Come on, guy. I know this is your doing. When you say that's his favorite show, that's your favorite show, weirdo. Don't put this on the dog. This is like farting and blaming it on the dog. That's exactly what that is. Equivalent.
CSI, but only CSI New York. That's the best.
What, he doesn't like CSI Miami, or?
I suppose Miami is too warm for him.
He finds it a bit gauche.
A zoophile is someone who loves animals like other people loves his human partner, maybe his wife or his boyfriend.
It's the same, guys. It's the same thing. You heard it from Olivier. It's the same thing.
But people don't only think about sex with animals, but also about relationships. A relationship to animals, to dogs, is more honest. Humans, they also lie to the partner in a relationship. That's normal.
Makes you think what was really going on in White Fang. You know what I mean?
It's not in a bad meaning. That's normal. A dog can't lie. A lot of people think the classic situation about a man penetrating a female animal. That's not totally wrong. That exists, but that's only a part of it. I'm the passive part of it. I don't penetrate dogs because I think it's cruelly. It's not compatible from the size. So I think it's only okay if the human part is a passive part. And it's okay for me, I love it so in this way. And that's something dogs loves too, I think.
Dogs love to come in your ass. Oh my God. You know, what are the logistics of that? Hey, at least he has some sort of ethical center to this idea. He's like, nah, my dick is too big, that would hurt the dog. So I let the dog fuck me, and I like it. And I think the dog likes fucking blowing his hot, frothy load inside my ass. Jesus Christ.
Do you have any desire to be like the top, to be the penetrating, to penetrate the dog, basically?
No, I don't have the desire to be on top at all. It's quite interesting when I'm with a human, when I'm with a man, I am the top, but regarding to animals, I'm absolutely the bottom.
Wo fängt Zoophilie an? Ich bin der Auffassung, dass alles das, was übers Kuscheln ganz normal hinausgeht, was das Tier selbst sucht, ist nicht mehr in Ordnung. Das Tier kann dieses nicht mehr selbst entscheiden.
Yeah, so basically the guy just said, he's like, no, animals actually cannot consent. They do not make decisions in the same way that human beings make decisions. So when people act as if they're, oh, the dog wants it. The dog is asked me for it. The horse, I mean, he was masturbating. He was looking for it. You know, he was getting all in the hubbub. That's not actually what's happening.
Zoophilie besteht natürlich auch darin, Tiere zu konditionieren für bestimmte Zwecke der sexuellen Befriedigung. Und es gibt natürlich dokumentierte Fälle, wo beispielsweise Hunde dazu animiert werden, im Genitalbereich beispielsweise von Frauen zu lecken, um sie zum Orgasmus zu bringen. Ja, aber wenn man natürlich Kakaobutter dorthin schmiert, dann ist natürlich der Hund sofort bereit, diesen Kakao...
Exactly, but obviously if you grease the area with cocoa butter, the dog is immediately willing to lick it off. See, he's basically exposing the game. He's just like, listen, we know what you're doing. You're throwing fucking peanut butter down there or something. You're rigging this thing against this dog. This dog don't stand a chance.
Butter zu lecken. Das ist eine Konditionierung und deswegen ist es so, dass natürlich dieses bereits ein zoophiler Akt ist.
Do you think an animal can give consent, and how does that work?
Animals absolutely can give consent. They do need this ability among each other, so they do need...
No, they don't. They do not. It's a biological imperative when it comes to animals. Whether they enjoy it or not, it is not the impetus for sex, and animals rape each other in nature quite often. It's not about consent. This is called rationalization.
Needs to have this ability. Yes, it's much easier with a male dog who's on top because, you know, if he does it, you know, he wants it. If he doesn't, you know, doesn't want it.
I have no sexual intercourse at the moment with Joey. The main reason is he don't want it, and I accept it that he don't want.
So what do? Just go like, go fucking whack it? Like, he doesn't want it right now. Ah, shit. When you got a headache, Toto? My bad. Maverick says dog's like they're like a boss. I'm the king around here. Yeah, he knows. He owns it. He's like, you see that ass? That's my ass. You back off. That's my ass. Belongs to me. Toto.
One of the things that I've been thinking about as we've been doing this story is we were able to see the dog that Oliver is in a relationship with, but we weren't able to interview the dog. We weren't able to say, does this man rape you?
Yes.
And
Sure.
I think that's one of the biggest differences that just seems like a glaring difference to me.
Mainly people mix.
So is he trying to hide his wedding ring? Is he ashamed? Is this a zoophile? Is this an expert? Did I miss something?
That up. They have a kind of an asexual image of animals, which isn't true. They are sexually very active, and anyone who deals with animals can tell that how they can express what they want. And
Good night, Prophet. Sorry for your nightmares.
And I cannot really understand how anyone can oversee that. They could run away if they wanted to.
Look how fucking insane this is. Like what this guy is saying. Like this is. What is it? Is it a fucking? Is it a spectrum thing? I mean, this guy's like going through all these things. He's like, oh, this is how you know from this kind of behavior. That's not. Animals are not smart enough to act in that kind of way. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Ain't good. Ain't good.
Why do they stay there if they are misused?
Why would they stay there? Oh, they banned bestiality. Bastards. It's like back in the day, we used to be cool.
The law, the new law, is wrong because it bans sexual relationships to animals without a victim. If someone rape a dog, it should be banned. Yeah? But this new law, they ban people like me who loves the dog and where no animal is harmed.
The humans are animals too. We are all vertebrates, we are all mammalians. And so how can you...
Listen how like nervous and peevy this guy is. That's like... He's so like, believe me.
Forbid any animal to have sex with another animal. Donkeys, for instance, never would come about if there wasn't a relationship between...
Look, and they got the soft music playing where he's talking about interspecies relationships. Interspecies sex, and there's like the soft piano comes in. They're like, look at all the great achievements that have been made. The boogie shoes, let's go.
Two different genus of animals.
With a ban of Zoophilia in Germany and the most parts of Europe too. It's not only Germany who has these laws, and it's a big problem because we are pressed into illegality. And
he's pressed into illegality. That's a way to put it. That's a way to look at that, sure.
We must find a way to live with it.
We must find a way to work around it. That's what you mean there, fella. Come on now. Wow. This is a rabbit hole. We're learning stuff. I might want to zip through this animal passions thing. I feel like maybe that one with the horse dude is in there. Yeah. Porn stars talk sex, feet, and bestiality. Alright, well, let's, Good night, Sarah. I interviewed the zoo community. What could go wrong? In this video, I interviewed a no-good zoophile and confront them with the facts of consent. So this is like some rando people talking. Maybe we should check that out. That might be interesting. Since we're on this topic, this might be the topic of the night. Let's see here. Oh, thanks for that copyrighted music.
Zoophiles are an especially fucked type of people. Basically, they think they can go and fuck animals all they want.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. They want to fuck animals. Well, clearly a person this fucking insane cannot fucking exist. And that's where you're wrong, because today I'm showing you an interview with a zoophile. And unlike our yandere death.
I like that this is very current internet stuff. Somebody out there trying to get the scoop, trying to talk to somebody they feel is like spicy. You know what I'm saying? Got that? They have the what do they call it? Like the drama, YouTube drama voice down. Let's see.
That video. Fuck humans. It's fucking.
No, I'm not big on people.
Why not just be asexual? Why gotta fuck animals?
Well, I do identify as asexual with people.
Why fuck animals?
Because they're hot.
But they can't consent.
They can.
No, they can't. They don't speak.
Oh, that's enough of that. That was a bust. I apologize. That was ridiculous. Animals can consent. Ashley's advice on zoophilia. We have 2.5 minute video here. So, will this be pro zoophilia? Maybe not. I'm trying to see how. This shit's. I'm just scrolling down on videos. Some dark stuff. I think our best bet might be to go back to Animal Passions.
Only speaks to.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna do, Maverick. We're gonna check out this BBC doc some more, because I think this is the one I watched a long time ago. Hopefully, we don't get yeah. Nay. Hopefully we don't get booted because of it, but it doesn't seem like it did not nail me for any of those clips. So hopefully it'll allow us to watch most of this. We'll just skip through the parts we already watched.
People who've broken one of society's ultimate taboos, the illegal practice of sexual contact without.
Actually, what I love about this, though, is like very early 90s, or not early, very 90s, early 2000s BBC documentary. Like the way the presenter and stuff, the narrator, which I'm sure you're familiar with, Maverick.
Animals, a subject some people may find disturbing.
BBC was very hip, as you saw from that. Sexual intercourse with animals is a criminal offense. Oh.
Oh my gosh! Fire!
Don't shake it, you'll spew it everywhere. There was never a day in my life when I was growing up and I said, okay, I think I'm going to go have sex with animals today. It started out when I was very small. I just had a deep connection with animals, all the pets that we had growing up and all. I just felt deep feelings for them, and as I grew older and these feelings matured, it eventually moved on to sex. There was no decision made.
I see animals as spiritual beings first, and because I see them as my spiritual equals, I don't have any issue with seeing that they have the same needs that I have, which is to eat, to enjoy their bodies, and to love and to be loved.
I've been with animals. I've been with humans.
Animals
I
rock.
like to be with both.
Animals rock. Rock.conk.
5 years ago, I made a film about people who choose to have sex with animals.
5 years
After
ago.
it was shown, a number of zoophiles, as they like to be known, wanted to tell their stories.
Well, as long as we're respecting their pronouns.
Can't go by a group of horses without taking a real close look at them.
Holy shit.
And wondering. Great many thoughts.
Yeah. There's a black one there with a big blaze.
Like this, the guy is just telling you right there, out in the open. He's like, that is completely 100%. This is just a sexual perversion. It's like, man, I see a group of horses and I just think about sucking their dicks. Like, he's not there like, you know, it's not like some spontaneous thing where he's like, oh, I've made a connection, I've developed a relationship. No, that's not at all. Those fucking 3 hornballs standing at the fence, they're ready to fucking pounce.
And a couple white socks that just, she's nice.
Oh, hello.
Run!
Hello, bud.
Run!
Hello, pretty boy.
Sweetie.
Easy, easy. Cool. Please do come visit.
Holy shit.
Hey, baby. Hello, pretty one.
Hello.
Wow.
This is like a bunch of old gay guys, like at the bar, at the gay bar. And some young twink walks in. Hey, can I get you a drink?
Oh. Now this is a rush. Ah, yes. A piece of ecstasy. This is the most incredible turn on when an approach like this. It's the most incredible turn on.
Because a fucking animal walks up to you. That's the most incredible turn on. That's the most incredible turn on because an animal approaches you. A domesticated, a halfway domesticated animal approaches you. Come on, guy.
Ooh. This is a pretty girl here. She's an Arabian.
This is the first time.
Oh, this is an Arabian. Maverick says there's something super cringe about white middle-aged American dudes being camp. Hey, I don't disagree.
That they've spoken openly about their secret desires.
If they found a field full of horses, it may be a while.
Oh, I know Ken. He scritches the ponies for hours on end.
They wanted to show me a strange and often shocking sexual subculture. I was surprised to find these passions were not limited to lone individuals.
I wish I was as sexy as Amara is sometimes.
They included women, couples, and even animal relationships within.
Like, they all just fucking... You're not meant to ride them like that, Kenny. No, Kenny. Exactly. But these women are just... They're just reserved to the fact that their men are out there just fucking cranking it to horses. They're like, it might be a while. They're going to look at those things. I mean, I got to imagine these dudes probably long enough out there by themselves, not in front of cameras, probably maybe either jerking off, mutual masturbation. Why wouldn't they do that? They're going to fuck a horse. I mean, come on.
In families.
We can get it kind of juicy. It'll
Kinda
soak it up
juicy?
if we put it back in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the questions are, well, is it the same...
The little ladies out there making the dinner while the guys are out there, in the field, tilling, fucking the horses,
with a man? Is it as good as with a man?
No, better.
Oh!
Well, it depends.
Depends on
Because
the dog, depends on the man.
a lot of human men just aren't as... They don't like foreplay. Dogs love foreplay. They love to have a good time. They love to have sex.
I just thought, should I add some mushrooms to the salad too?
Dogs love foreplay. They love a good time. They love to have sex. Wow. Wow-wee-wah. Fucking off to the races there. Holy shit. Maverick. Puke faces. Yeah, I agree. But it's like a train wreck, dude. Like, you've started this journey. You're like, I can't stop. I can't just stop watching this stuff right now.
Oh yeah, you could probably
I'm gonna add
just some in the
to
sauce and
That's
some
what I was
in
gonna
the...
do.
For most people,
there's a good one right
the
there.
idea of sex with animals is revolting. So I wanted to find out
Yeah.
why people become zoophiles, and why this form of sexuality, above all others, remains taboo.
A lot of this surrounds horses as well. A lot of the time when you see zoophile stuff, it's like horses and dogs. Do you think it's because like people like create bonds with those animals, like, you know, like a deeper bond with horses and dogs more than they do other animals? Like there's not so much cat fucking going on, you know? So they can like kind of condition a horse or a dog to kind of be obedient, to respond to their charms or whatever. Just saying.
I started with the question, what exactly is zoophilia?
Zoophilia is one of the 40-odd paraphilias. And para means beyond the usual, and philia means love. These conditions used to be called the perversions. And on the street they're called kinky sex.
Used to be called the perversions. Used to be called past tense. No. It's still called that. It's still called that, guy. That's a perversion. This is not kinky sex to want to fuck an animal. I don't mean to split hairs, sexologist, but come on.
Zoophilia is, according to the dictionary, is really love for animals. But usually people, when they talk about zoophilia, they talk about people who are in love or have an emotional connection with their animals, and they also have sex with their animals.
Maverick says, I live near a famous racing town, Newmarket. Lots of this crap going on, mostly hot, wealthy women in their 30s. Really odd. Lady died last year from internal hemorrhaging. Yeah, that's most of the time you hear stories about this is either men and women dying from that, internal hemorrhaging, and like having their intestines ripped out through their ass because of the suction of giant horse cocks.
My first introduction to zoophilia came when I met Mark.
Friends riding with me used to drive them nutty. It's going along and all of a sudden
Yes.
I back off the gas. I might even put on the
Yes,
brakes.
it's the guy.
Wow, look at her.
It's the horse pussy guy.
They snap their heads around. What? Where? Then they realize, oh damn, it's a horse. Shouldn't say that unless it's some girl in a bikini.
He's had sexual relationships with animals for 40 years.
There's a horse up there on the right.
Ah. Can you tell if it's male or female?
A recent illness has left him partially blind.
Now they've brought in like these like kind of like Native American wind, ooh, these wind chimey sounds. Oh, it's very spiritual, fucking the animal. Very spiritual. It's like the beginning of The Shining.
He lives in a trailer home in the backwoods of Missouri. At the time I met Mark, sex with animals was not illegal in this state. And this allowed him to become the first zoophile to go public about his sexual preference. Mark shares his home with horses, dogs, donkeys, and Pixel.
My territory, I get first shot at all the goodies. Pixel, looky here. Yeah.
Fucking half-blind creeps like, hey, come here. Come here. I got something for you.
Mark married Pixel in an unofficial ceremony 7 years ago.
You did it.
I love Pixel. She's
Commitment.
gorgeous. My God, that's a beautiful little pony. She's sweet. She's loving. I'm very proud of her. And
should lick a dick like a salt lick? Come on.
I like to be able to tell people how wonderful she is.
Well, come on, Dan. Let's go.
He was so proud of his relationship with Pixel that he made the extraordinary and potentially dangerous decision to go public about their marriage. He agreed to appear on one of America's most notorious talk shows, Jerry Springer.
See about
See
all
bumpers.
the fights. Well, today we have a love story.
A Springer Show exclusive. Mark is what you might call an animal lover.
In his crusade to be accepted, Mark agreed to appear on the Jerry Springer Show.
Meet the man who married his horse.
You are having intimate relations with a beast. I wouldn't take nay for an answer.
I married a horse.
As soon as the audience saw what was coming up, welcome his wife, and here comes a pony. Well,
Yeah.
it was in the fan then. They just went crazy. I loved it. Jerry, well, at one point he says, I think I'm going to vomit. If I'd been faster on my feet, I would have replied, hey, it's your show, go ahead.
This is pretty sick, isn't it?
He's been thinking about that retort for 10 years. For 10 years he's been thinking about saying that.
What do you... Hey.
America never got to see Mark. The show was pulled, judged too controversial even for Springer. In Mark's hometown, rumors and jokes soon spread.
In West Virginia, this is a true law, I'm not making this up, down south in West Virginia, it's legal to have sex with an animal if it doesn't exceed 40 pounds. I used to see dogs just going, give me some more, give me some more! More people than pigs! I weigh 38 pounds, he's got a hard on!
It's like a bad Sam Kinison. This man's a hack. This wasn't even good. Come on, that's all you got?
Disgusting!
Careful,
Yeah, it's gross. We all know it's gross.
This territory. I've paid a price for this lifestyle. I've had to face up to some friends that just couldn't handle it and say, okay, well, I hate to lose you as a friend, but I understand.
This lifestyle.
I'm sure
this lifestyle.
I would see my children much more often than I do. They claim they're okay with it, and I think they are, but they don't really want to talk about it. Don't like to be reminded of it too much.
Well, what do you do when your kids come over? Do you be like, hey, listen, hey, this has been great and all, but I'm going to go fuck this. I'm going to go, listen, I got to go get it done. I'll be right back. And then you tell me about your day. Why would it ever come up? Why would it come up? Unless you're like explicitly saying, I'm fucking this horse. I'm fucking this pony. This is my wife. You guys got to come over here and give fealty to the wife. Oh, you didn't say anything to Chestnut. You didn't say anything to Pixie. You didn't say anything to her. She feels offended. I'm going to get my salt lick dick sucked later. That 90s style of popping into the microphone and screaming. Yes, that is very Sam Kinison.
Stand as a part of me.
Mark continues to promote a positive image of zoophilia.
Oh, Red Dog's coming up this way.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
He spends hours each day on the internet, talking to other zoophiles from around the world.
Is that the truck that stopped here a couple months ago?
Here they can communicate without fear of their identity being given away.
The internet, I think, has been a major importance in the
Jesus,
in the forming of.
Hold on, let's go back to the screenshot for a second. Holy shit! I'll be picking up my little big.
The internet.
Okay, so this whole thing. Hey, did you get my email about well? So they're just like basically cavorting and to fuck each other's animals, basically. Like, hey man, oh, you that trucker from a while back? You that trucker guy? Ah, dude, come back. We're good friends. We're spicy. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is just like how, like, in what capacity would you look at yourself and be like, oh, this is a cool thing. This is normal. It's just lifestyle stuff, whatever. No, they know what they're doing. This guy's half blind. He's like, yo, tell that trucker to come back. Suck this horse's dick.
I think it's been a major importance in the forming of anything that could be described as a zoo community. Before that, contact with other zoos was extremely difficult. Your best friend could be...
He said, I am naming him Marmaduke. So they're talking about this dog they're going to fuck. And they're like, yeah, you remember the Marmaduke? That's just hilarious. You're going to get to fuck Marmaduke.
Boffing the beef on the side, and you'd never know he was a zoo unless he told you.
Oh, I think I'd know. I think I'd know.
I was surprised to find that no one has a clear idea of how many zoophiles there are. The only published data was by sexologist Alfred Kinsey. His survey in the 1950s only looked at bestiality, one-off sexual acts with animals. He reported that perhaps as many as 1 in 3 boys in rural areas had experimented with animals. But his research has since been discredited. To get a more accurate picture, the Institute...
What is the deal with, like, the weird, like, tribal, it's almost like Native American whistling music? Like, what are they saying? What are they saying? This is a very spiritual experience. This fucking animals thing. I'm just saying. Listen, this is sacred. This is something worth considering. Maybe you don't feel weird. Are you judging these people? Did you not hear the soundtrack?
For the Advanced Study of Human Sexuality in San Francisco, conducted a survey of over 100 zoophiles.
The people in my study, some of them, not all of them, but some of them see their relationships with animals as very unique. They really love their animals. Some of them treat the animals as a spouse, as a significant other. When I asked them to list down what is their marital status, I had 2 or 3 people put down that they're married to their animal.
I wondered if there was a common factor that could explain all this. Some psychologists believe that events in early childhood determine our sexual development.
Everybody has a love map, and it's very easy for them to go wrong. What makes one boy or one girl's love map develop so as to end up being zoophilic instead of just ordinary? Nobody knows. However...
It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside of an enigma. It's probably some sort of deviant behavior or some sort of abuse or, like, you know, some people are probably wired to be a little bit more perverse than others. They can't get it. They find a pet. They find something like that. They go for that. I don't know. You know, I remember reading Angela's Ashes by Frank McCormick back when I was a teenager, and some of those people totally fucked sheep and then totally just got married and went on with their lives. So I don't know. I'm all confused. It's a dark place I'm in right now.
If I try to reconstruct it in the case of a zoophile, that in early infancy, this person was extremely deprived of tactile stimulation, which babies really need. And I've heard that story particularly from a woman paraphile who was kept locked away a lot of the time in the basement, and she was sexually molested by her uncle. She had been born of incest herself, and that was kept strictly undercover. And the only consolation she had in life was this little dog, and she would put it between her legs. And when she got fully grown, she liked it much better than her husband's form of sex. So you have a poignant story of how somebody could easily be switched along the path of zoophilia. And incidentally, nobody would ever live next door to that lady and guess it. She otherwise passed as a normal mother and housewife.
She was weirdo confirmed.
But not all zoophiles have been abused as children. For Mark, his interest began with simple adolescent curiosity.
The first time I even had an inkling of sexual attraction or...
Okay, I think this is the best part. So I had a sense memory of this part of this documentary. And this is the guy that I remember the most because he says some of the funniest shit ever. Continue.
Or the idea of an animal as a sex object. 16 years old, a good friend of mine and I had been riding a little pony cart around near his grandparents' farm. And at the end of the ride, to take proper care of the equipment and the pony, he handed me a brush and a comb and told me to wipe the horse down, comb her, and brush her. And I got around toward the back end of that little pony, and she had her tail up in the air. And something just went ka-ching in my mind. It's girl pussy, pony pussy, pussy. And I looked around real quick.
I've literally said that for years. Girl pussy, pony pussy, pussy.
And touched it.
Got up in them guts. Did what I gotta do.
I'd been trying to do all the right stuff. Ask girls out to the right movies, and of course, well, they were busy.
But the horses, the ponies?
Tried to get them to go out and eat a burger and shake or something like that. Well, they're busy, but, ask me again sometime.
The ponies ain't never busy.
And sometime never came. So, when I actually went out and had intercourse with that pony mare, I didn't feel that I was being weird. I felt that I was being superior. It sounds horrible. It's a personality flaw and so forth, but yeah, I thought I was being superior. Yeah, I outsmarted the...
Yeah, like he was an elevated man. He's out there like, listen, you guys are out there trying to get Chase's tail, quote unquote, right? I got some real tail, and they don't ever say no. They don't ever say no. You're wasting your money on movie tickets and bonbons and flowers. But this thing for me, it don't ever say no.
System. By God, I got even with all the girls. Who needs them? This worked great. Hell, this was so good that sex with a woman would probably kill me.
Isaiah said, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil." And
Whoa!
so we are living in a day when people want to call evil good and good evil. When man has turned a deaf ear from hearing
And a vice versa
what God
and a
says in
whatever.
His word.
Take not thy Holy Spirit.
Oh, Lord Jesus, I pray, God, this morning that you would just create a new heart in us today, Lord.
Mark grew
Don't
up in
fuck
the
no
Bible.
animals.
His
Don't
father
do
was a
it.
preacher, and his upbringing came
The
strictly
Lord
from the
says
Old
no.
Testament.
The Lord says no.
Father, I thank you for the blood of Jesus today, hallelujah, that cleanses us and that washes us clean and whole so that we might be presentable and ready to appear before the glorious God. Amen.
Leviticus 20:15 and 16. If a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death.
Oh, she seems
And you
unhappy
shall
about
slay the
that.
beast. And if a woman approach any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast.
Bestiality is a sin that goes back way in the Bible. Goes back to the Old Testament passages of Deuteronomy and Leviticus and something like that. And
You just don't do it. It's
whether that
unnatural.
was
You
going on
don't
at
do
that time,
it.
we're not sure, but at least in the foreknowledge of God and the wisdom of God, knowing what man could do and what he could be capable of, God really condemns bestiality in the Scripture and the Word of God. In fact, the penalty for that was death.
Pre-Christian, pagan cultures were openly fascinated with sexuality in all its forms, and often
Yeah,
worshipped
look what
the
happened to
image of
them.
animals. They saw less distinction between human and animal.
Like this guy's sniffing this fucking
They
llama's
believed in
back.
hybrid creatures, the offspring of interspecies sex. Here, half man, half goat.
Yeah, that's a fantasy. That's not real. Cuneiform? Yes, exactly.
All this changed with the arrival of Christianity. The new religion taught that to be human...
Just wrecked everything. Just wrecked everything for everybody. Everybody's trying to go out there and have animal-human hybrid chimeras. Put us back 100 years. Put us back 100 years.
Man was not to be animal. Man must conquer his base animal instincts to rise closer to his God. Satan was often shown as a beast.
As a dog fucker.
At first, offenders were not punished. But during the Middle Ages, bestiality was considered as evil as homosexuality and sex with demons.
Hey now.
By the 1500s, the offense so challenged the accepted order of man and animal, both were punished by death. Maybe this explains why we still demand severe penalties, with up to a 2-year prison sentence in the UK. But this does not deter individuals, or even couples with families.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Michael has brought the family dog to visit Laurie, his wife.
Come here. Hello. There's my baby.
They fucking totally fucked
Laurie
this
and
dog
Michael
together.
are now separated, but for 25 years they shared their lives with 2 children and various animals.
Holy shit.
It's been 3 months since Laurie has seen her lover, baby Golden.
Kisses and hugs. You are such a...
When they broke up, they decided the dog should stay with Michael.
To watch our golden retriever and her interact is just awesome because, I mean, he just adores her and she loves him and it's really cool. It's just really neat.
It's just really cool, bruh. Just really fucking cool. Holy shit. Holy shit. You talk about cucks. Holy shit. Holy shit. So these people are married for years, co-animal abusers. And now they're just like... she has visitation rights with her ex-lover. Her ex-lover golden retriever. Sarah says, could be me, brah. Well, if you want to... If that's what you're into, we might have to have a discussion.
Oh, I just love you. I miss my
She's wet
baby.
already. She's wet already. Come on now. She's fucking begging for it. And he knows it. He's like, you need some private time.
Laurie and Michael were both sexually active with animals when they married. With the arrival of children, they agreed to give up their animal passions. But after a few years, Michael found this too difficult.
It's not... Listen, it is always the dude that folds. It's always the dude that folds. It's like, yeah, I'll give it up. Like, I want to be there for my kids. I want this respectable thing. I appreciate, respect this thing. No. A dude folds. A dude always folds.
When you wake up in the middle of the night and your husband's not there, the barn is rather close to the house.
Holy! Oh my God! No, I just fucked that up. But oh no! That is a disturbing, just little tidbit there. I'm gonna have to watch it. Okay. I'm just saying, like, so she's just like, oh my God. My husband isn't here. The bed is cold. Must be fucking animals in the barn.
When you wake up in the middle of the night and your husband's not there, the barn is rather close to the house, you know, for no reason, okay, why is he out there? And a wife usually knows.
I wasn't aware that my wife...
A wife usually knows. Some of that feminine intuition. Well, the barn's pretty close to the house. He might be fucking the duck. He might be out there getting his knob polished by the duck. Best I just accept it.
Was aware that I had reestablished my intimate relationship with my mare.
With his mare. So he basically came into this marriage with his ex-lover living just outside in the barn. What a devil. What a dog. No pun intended.
It was just, I was trying at that time to be true to myself and the loved ones in my life. And sometimes juggling those things is no small task.
It was a very difficult situation. It's like, fine, you want to be with her, then be with her. So I would get resentful and remove myself out of the, the triangle.
Come on, get out of the stickers. Come on.
Because of the sexual tension and the secrecy, I wanted him to tell me. And so he started to pour all this out of the pain that he had gone through. And, it became very honest. He told me about all the relationships. He really, for the first time, expressed how...
All the relationships. So he's not just talking about one mare or just one horse or one cat, which probably didn't happen because cats don't play that bullshit. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. Yeah, that's, what is that, The Island of Dr. Moreau? Yes, Maverick, I agree.
How deeply he felt and how much his love was for horses.
Michael and Laurie agreed to bring back Michael's mares into their relationship.
What was interesting, though, and this is because of how we can be in our relationships, we can be very possessive. And a real loving relationship is not about possessing another living soul. And she says, well, I got to come out and watch. And I went, oh. And I've discovered.
She said, I need to come out and watch. I need to come out and watch you fuck the barnyard. I need to come out and watch you fuck the barnyard. Holy shit. Holy shit. The depths here. The depths of the darkness.
That in that respect, with the proper people, I'm not ashamed of that also. I was a bit intimidated because knowing how emotional my wife can be about some things, I thought, oh gosh, if she loses it during this can get ugly. But the neat thing was she came out and watched, and it was another opportunity to bring us all closer. And it's kind of interesting. She says, well, can't have any other women. And I'm going, well, I don't have an issue with that. Because women can make awesome friends. I enjoy speaking and visiting with women. But overall, you stand a pretty woman and a pretty mare, I'll take the mare.
Oh my fucking God! Because not only is he admitting to, like, yeah, I fuck animals, yeah, I got caught, he also admits to being an exhibitionist. So what that means is, like, this is not the first time that he's been watched fucking animals. That's what he's saying. That is what he's putting out there. Like, part of his thing is people watching him. He just was, like, uncomfortable with it being his wife. That's the thing. That's what he just exposed. He didn't say it explicitly, but that's what he just said.
I shared him with 3 other horses. There
Whoa!
were times where I could accept it. There were times when I resented it because I wanted him there for me.
Over here.
Laurie felt their relationship could not continue. She insisted they separate while they work it out.
There may come a time where we could all live together, but, you know, he does miss the inside companionship, having somebody to cook dinner now and then, take a shower with, you know, have a massage. There are certain things that an animal relationship can't...
Dan says, if he wrote a song, he would call it Nightmare. Yeah, between us, that's a good one. That's very funny. Oh, like, these people are going to separate for any, like, reasonable amount of time. How else are you going to find somebody else that likes to fuck animals and you'll be like moderately okay with it? I mean, come on.
Provide.
Animal passions. Like, seriously, what is with the wind whistles in the Native American music? They're trying to undercurrent this or put it in the subtext, like this idea that like this is like sacred, this is spiritual, this is serious. It's very odd.
Zoophiles are not alone in their love for animals. Many pet owners have such intense relationships that when their pets die, they grieve as if they've lost a loved one.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, it is a loved one, but they don't.
But the
fuck
idea
them.
of any sexual contact would horrify them. It would be as unnatural as having sex with a child.
Now, we can love children very deeply, and yet that love is not shown in any sexual desire for the children. We all love our own children very much, and there are very, very few humans who cross over the line and attempt to have sex with their children. But it is interesting that the adults who do, who are almost invariably male, always claim that the child initiated the sexuality. I find that very interesting in terms of humans who claim that the animals are initiating the sexuality. I think that's an excuse. I think it's a form of denial. I don't think it's real.
No shit, but Maverick says, shagging with wolves. Good one, sir. Oh.
Tell me, Mark, how do we know that you're not forcing sex on your animals and that they're actually giving consent?
Consent is one of the slipperier issues among discussions between zoophiles and non-zoophiles. Take Pixel, for example. She's not tied up. She could walk away. She could run away. She could kick the living bejesus out of me. She could bite. Horses are not defenseless. Friends of mine with dogs, well, not dogs. You ever try to do something to a dog really didn't like? At least the dog that has all its teeth?
I think the problem here is that we are talking about domestic species. And the very definition of a domestic species is that they are under our control.
Yeah, they can be trained.
So my problem with zoophilia is that it is a one-way street. It is not the animal who is choosing to have a sexual relationship.
Are you
with
sure,
us.
though?
It is we
Are you sure,
who are
though?
imposing a sexual relationship.
Are you sure,
upon
though?
the animal.
Are you sure, though?
There is no doubt that they are into the moment, if one understands how horses react.
Yeah, if you get horses, you know what they're doing.
Sex is pretty straightforward, folks. Member A goes into slot B.
Yes, Maverick, I agree.
At that moment of orgasm, for lack of a better word, the two souls actually merge and touch, albeit for a brief instant. And it's humbling. And yet it's so intense, it's rejuvenating. Mares do orgasm. Yes, they do. We call them maregasms. And when a mare orgasms, a lot of times, well, they will, you can feel their muscles tense up and they kind of oomph, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I'm sure they
And
do.
yes, they orgasm. There's no doubt.
Nobody asks animals whether they want to work for us, serve
Come
us,
for
food
us
for
or
us in a
whatever
restaurant
for
or
us.
at home. Nobody
Maybe they
asks
want to
the
be
animal
sex slaves for
anything.
us.
People just take animals for granted. But when it comes to having sex with animals, all of a sudden people start feeling very uncomfortable about this and say this is abuse. But killing animals, that's okay because we eat them.
Yeah, it's a difference. Okay, this is a wild amount of difference.
So, everybody else asks. I haven't heard. What was your first experience?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was kind of interesting. I was house sitting for somebody, watching their dog and their birds and their fish and stuff. I was maybe 10, 11 years old, I don't quite remember. So I went skinny dipping, and one day I bent over to test the water. You know how you do. Just bend over
Yes,
and put your hand
it's
in the
nice
water.
to know how cold it is.
Yes, and, well, their dog kind of snuck up behind me and stuck his nose between my legs. Needless to say, I was a little bit surprised, but I was like, that feels good. But then he decided he wanted a little more, so he jumped on. And at that point, I learned what it was to lose your virginity. It scared me half to death. But then...
I mean, this woman is obviously, she's got, like, serious mental derangement. Like, serious mental problems. Like, the way she describes this is, not honest, I'll say. Maverick says, it's got to be seriously depressing for the mayor to get shagged by the scrawny, hairless two-legger every day for 3 years, still never get pregnant. Exactly. How do you even fulfill your biological purpose? You don't. You're lonely, and you eat ramen noodles out of a window.
It kind of started feeling good, and I'm like,
Yeah.
But then again, the other scare that I had was, oh my God, I'm going to have puppies.
I think I was like 22 the first time that I had, allowed a dog to have sexual intercourse. So it kind of just grew from there.
Oh, yeah?
But, I mean, I had dog companions in between. I've always loved the feel of fur my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Like, logistically, how does this work? Like, dog dicks just are not that big. I mean, unless you're talking about, like, a fucking giant, like, bull mastiff or something. Like, what the fuck? How does this even work? Let's find out.
My dog was always there as a good friend, soaking up tears, whatever I was going through.
Soaking up a lot of
I
things.
guess it was just one night. We were snuggling in bed, and I was petting him, and he just got very curious. And, I mean, there was more of an oral thing. And, I mean, I became...
I sucked his dick, he licked my pussy, it was a good time, it was great.
kind of curious about him. So, I mean, to begin with, it was more of just curiosity.
So you lost your virginity to a human first?
To a human. I was like, 15 or 16. 15.
I
It
was
before
21 when I lost my virginity to
It
a
was
human.
before I was 16 because, I guess I was more curious sexually and more interested.
My problem was is most of my boyfriends weren't interested in it, and I never could figure out why.
Ellie did.
Maybe it's because maybe CU thing. I don't know.
Eventually meet Ken, who shares her sexual preference.
This is some wild shit. We're gonna watch this in total again because this is some wild shit.
I was technically a virgin until I was 29 years old. I was a zoophile up until then, and I just basically didn't have much interest in other members of my own species as far as a life bond or anything. But when I met Ellie here, we clicked. It was the one person that I felt within a week probably after I met her, we were meant to be together. Here you go. Come sit over here.
Ken and Ellie met through a zoo friend on the internet. After a few weeks, they
matchmaker.
arranged their first date.
Well, the first night that he came up to visit me, I took him down to the barn to introduce him to some of my horses and some of the other horses that I enjoyed at the barn.
That I
and
enjoyed.
I took him in and
This is
introduced
like
him to my miniature
implies.
stallion.
Hold on. That I enjoyed implies perversion. It implies like these are my sex toys. That's like what that is. That's like a Freudian slip, I guess, if you want to call it that. But disturbing nonetheless.
And kind of, I don't know if it was subconscious, I was very nervous and kind of wanted to do the shock factor, as it were. My miniature stallion was dropped and masturbating. When his penis is dropped and he slaps it on his belly, they call that masturbation for stallions. And so I one thing led to another, and I couldn't resist, so I bent down and started sucking on him. And then he tried climbing on top of me, so the next thing I know, my pants are down, and I'm bending over for him, and I'm like, excuse me, I can't resist. And I guess part of me said, okay, either he's for real and he won't mind this, or he's not for real and he's going to be totally freaked out by it and run. Obviously, he didn't run.
No, actually, I was very tempted at the point to have sloppy seconds. It turned me on. It was so
shit.
erotic to watch this, and just the whole thing. And it didn't shock me at all. In fact, I was like, "This is pretty cool." I think I.
Whoa. Kato Kalin coming in strong.
Found somebody here that might be on my plane here, and it went from there, and here we are, married.
Imagine finding a fellow pervert, a fellow degenerate pervert. Imagine finding that and being like, holy shit, like, we are one. Like, I found somebody I can fucking abuse animals with. I suppose you would hold on to that. I suppose that is something you would be like, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Well, I have vaginal sex with my miniature stallion. He's not a whole lot larger than most humans. He is a bit bigger, but not uncomfortably so. I like to suck on him orally, and he especially enjoys that.
I have anal sex with the miniature stallion. He penetrates me, and it's
oh no,
it's pleasurable, but it's not real intense. It's like I said, the pleasure that I get from it is more from knowing how much he enjoys having sex with me. He tends to tell me about it. He talks a lot. He grunts and wickers and blows in my ear, etc. And that is very erotic to me, more so than the physical sex.
When he's courting me, as it were, trying to entice me to bend down or kneel down, he does a lot of I call it a hubba hubba. He just kind of goes and makes this little hubba hubba noise to me, and then once he's in, I mean, for every stroke that he does, he makes this big grunting noise, and then when he orgasms, he makes an even bigger grunting noise.
He tends to like to hold on with his teeth, and I actually have some scars on my back from where he's bitten onto me, just hanging on. They do the same thing with mares when they have sex, and only mares have fur to hang on to. He tends to get a big chunk of skin with me, and that can be quite painful, but usually I don't even notice until after the fact because I'm so caught up in the moment. And then I get up to the house and Ellie says, oh, I see you've been down fooling around. You've got a big bite mark on your back again.
Oh my god, so this is like they don't even tell each other that they're fucking she's like, oh, I see what you've been doing. I see what you've been doing. You've been down at the barn. I see the bite marks. Maverick says it's got to be seriously depressing for the mare to get shagged by the scrawny, hairless two-legger every day for 3 years. Oh, yeah. I already read that. Getting drunk.
JRH NBR. Just the right height. No bucket is required. I happen to have a pony mare that is JRH.
Oh my God!
And that's really nice because you're not trying to do a balancing act standing on something.
It's so funny, the guys start comparing about what they use to stand on.
Or
how
they disguise it in their car. Or then you go to a strange barn and you start and you catch the guys checking the bottoms of the feed buckets for footprints.
To me, I feel there are a lot more women who are with their dogs that men have no idea.
I'm sure there are probably people who would say, well, boy, you're going to hell because of how you are. But I'll tell you, if there's a hereafter, just let me muck the stalls and care for them.
Holy shit. So these women are just like, yeah, we fuck all the dogs. Men are out there looking at these mares. Oh, what a joyous day. What a glorious day. Just let me muck the stalls in heaven. Weird.
It just feels so good inside. Ooh, kisses.
Listen, this horse wants him, obviously. He can't deny it. He's just like, oh, look, this is trying to fuck me. I guess I gotta fuck this horse. Maverick says, so do you say that hair metal looking dude died? This is a possibility. I'm not gonna say it's not a possibility. I mean, look at him. He loves it. How big of a dick will he take?
I'm not ashamed of who and what I am. There's no
You
shame
should be.
involved.
You
It's
should
taken
be.
me many years to learn to deal with that.
No, you should be.
Zoophiles who have accepted their sexuality and can share it with their partners are the lucky few. For most, discovery leads to disaster. Sarah now lives alone with her dogs.
My husband and I were married for almost 10 years, and we had a pretty happy marriage. We both worked, we owned a home, we had 2
Yeah,
cars,
it's not a
we
good
had
thing.
2 dogs.
Not
we
a
were
good
a happy
thing.
couple. I didn't really become aware of zoophilia until much later in my life. When Miles and I moved into my room together, it became a little more intimate.
Oh, God.
I think the first time that I actually decided to take my clothes off and feel his fur next to my bare skin was pretty surprising. That was one of the first things that I did, was I just stripped and got down and laid down on my bed, and my dog come up, and the 2 of us just laid down and took a nap together. He gave me a lick on my nose, and it was just like a regular relationship. Just feeling...
Yeah, no shit, like a regular relationship that a human has with a dog. You have projected this fucking thing onto him. Like a spectrum. On the spectrum.
The comfort of his warm body next to mine, and it just never felt like anything was wrong with that. It always felt really natural to me.
Sarah was 36 when her husband first began to suspect her relationship with Miles, the family dog. He decided to have Miles castrated.
Oh!
Well, I would say that the act of castrating Miles was one of the nails in the coffin, but the threat to have him euthanized if he found out I was having anything to do with him that way was absolutely the last nail in the coffin of my marriage.
So he tried. He was just like, yo, don't fuck the dog. Please. Don't do this. You know, we can do whatever we need to work through this, but if you're gonna like fuck the dog no matter what, I might have a problem. That's what he said. Wow. The trains are coming.
When family and friends gather around, you'll want to be sure to have everyone's favorite cracker on hand.
Hi. How are you? And that's going to be $5.61 now.
I would have to say, in my life, looking back at all the relationship I've had with humans, that it's been really frustrating, and it's been really hard.
You can't read that woman's mind.
And it's not because I lack interpersonal skills, because I don't. I get along quite well in the world with people. But as far as really being able to extract any really great and tremendous personal happiness, it's been lacking. And I've found that when I'm sitting quietly at home and my dog is asleep and I can put my hand on him and the 2 of us sit, that at that moment I know such...
Then he eats my monster pussy.
Pure happiness and contentment that can't be equaled and has never been equaled.
A lot of people are going to think that this interest you have in horses is because you've failed with women. They're going to think that it's an emotional cop-out.
Zoophilia, in my case, is an emotional cop-out in a way, in several ways. I have to be honest about it. I'd much rather deal with a horse than deal with complications of a human emotional relationship. Because every time I've gone the human emotional route, it's been a train wreck. The mind games come on, and pretty soon you're not having an emotional relationship anymore. You're having some kind of freaking contest. And I got tired of that. I didn't need that in my life anymore.
Mark did try to suppress his desire for animals. He married and had 2 children. But his attempt to live without horses was to end in tragic failure. Despite having a wife and children, Mark's attraction to horses still haunted him, and eventually his marriage broke up.
She took off, went to another state, got a job in another state, took the kids with her.
Surprise,
I
surprise.
sat down with my
What a
prescription
twist.
drugs and some needles and started to slowly kill myself.
Mark rented a motel room. He had decided to kill himself if he could not come to terms with his desires. He wrote about that night in his book, The Horseman.
Either something made me like this, or I'm just a sick pervert.
We're gonna read this book someday.
If it's the first,
Insane.
well, maybe I can change, or if I can't change, maybe I can learn to live with it. Live with myself, without so much guilt. If there's no reason, if I'm merely a piece of twisted, subhuman scum, then the world, my parents, and my children would be better off without me around them.
After that night, Mark realized that his emotional happiness lay with horses.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He went to visit a horse trader.
A dark night of the soul, and you still end up where you were. Holy shit.
What do you think I'd give for that little bay horse there? $350?
On the sex market?
Hard to come by.
Oh,
Can't
a lot
buy
more than you
ponies.
think.
They're all gone.
Yeah?
They're got so high.
Yeah?
He bought his first horse here, a young pony mare.
Cherry. Wild Honey Cherry. She saved my life. That little pony saved my life. I would have been dead in another 2 months.
Mark lived with Cherry for a year and a half.
One night, we'd just finished making love, and I was sitting down on the edge of her feed bunker by her head.
Fucking Christ.
She kind of nibbling and nuzzling on me, and I was scratching her.
We just got done making love.
And I looked at her, she looked at me, and all my previous resolve about keeping sex separate, keeping animal sex as just a separate relief, when I realized then I couldn't deny it anymore. I loved her. I was in love with her. And I told her, tears started trickling down my cheeks, and I reached over and just laid my hand on her nose and said, "Cherry, I love you. I'm in love with you. I love you, Cherry." And I just felt so happy, so extraordinarily happy. So, like I'd cast off chains that I'd worn for years and didn't even know were there. One night we had, I told her I loved her. The next day she got sick. And she died.
Mark is suffering from hepatitis C. He caught the disease from an infected tattoo needle and needs kidney dialysis 3 times a week.
Oh, sure he did.
A friend of mine, Barbara, she's quite an artist. And she designed...
She don't work so safe.
This tattoo for me.
She don't work so safe.
The ideal relationship with Pixel. I'd like to be able to communicate in more detail with her. Deep down, way down.
I'm a fucking pervert.
I'd love to have children with her.
I'd love to have fucking minotaurs.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want a human child out of her, a half-human child, or a regular foal out of her.
Who knows? Who knows,
the
guy?
Issue, and of course, it's not going to happen. That's
Who knows?
Pure blue sky fantasy. But she means that much to me that if I could, I would. Absolutely.
Oh my
The
goodness.
reaction to zoophiles is not surprising. For most of us, just the thought of sex with animals is revolting.
But not for Mark.
But while making these films, I found that we appear to fear and loathe zoophiles more than others we define as sexually deviant. Could it be that we feel so strongly, not just because of the sexual element, but because zoophiles cross boundaries, upsetting the nature of our relationship to animals, whether we keep them for pets or meat?
What? No.
It's not a disease.
It's
You're not
keeping it-
neurotic. You're not psychotic. It's a different lifestyle. It's a difference. It's a...
Sometimes you just want to fuck an animal. I mean, let's just put it out there.
It's not disease. It's just different. It's like being gay
The gay
or
lifestyle.
bisexual. It's different.
Holy shit.
We would never expect anybody else or want anybody else to become this. Because if you're not, then it is not your lifestyle.
To ask a zoophile not to feel the way they do about animals is akin to asking a person of a certain ethnic origin or color or gender not to be in who and what they are.
Oh, really?
During the time I spent with Mark, I came to realize his relationships with Cherry and Pixel were not just about sex. However strange it may seem to us, for Mark and for the other zoophiles, they were genuine love affairs.
Cherry and I used to walk the street quite a bit. Almost every afternoon we'd walk down, go to the little convenience store and get some Tootsie Rolls or tropical snow. Coming up on my house, white one right up here, with the evergreen by the corner. Back there is where Cherry's buried. If I could push a button and have everything change so I just had a normal life, emotionally, sexually, kept my family more or less together, spend the weekends grilling hamburgers in the backyard and drink a couple beers with my buddies while I watch the football game on Sunday afternoon. In other words, just be Joe Average. Would I do it? Would I choose? Could I? If I could make a choice between being a zoo and being, quote, normal, end quote. God, I don't know. I don't know.
Mark had died from illness. He is no longer a horse fucker. Well, that's it, folks. That is the end. That's the end of the road. I really, honestly, like that. Oh, Jesus, that took a lot out of me. That took a lot out of me. With some spicy. Next Big Brother Live. Oh, go away 2004. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We've gone 3 hours. 3 hours on Nightcap tonight. We've upset the world. We've let them know. I've had too much to drink. That's a hiccup for you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hey, listen. Thank you for listening. No, I can't do it, Maverick. I can't do it, Maverick. You need to go to bed anyway. Let's go back to bed. I cannot. I have shit to do tomorrow. But thank you so much. Oh my God! So thank you so much for watching and listening. Links in the description. All that good stuff. We'll see you next time. We'll see you Wednesday. On Wednesday. Wednesday. We'll have new stuff to talk about. Goodbye.